How do you do, and welcome back to Danganronpa, Super Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Where we left off is basically Byakuya is kind of taking charge as a leader in this kind of group already. They all seem to kind of know everything, or it feels like they kind of have a map to go with everything that's been going on. They've kind of become also nicer, which is weird. They're more of a bro now, if you will. But yeah, that's kind of where we left off. There's a party that's about to go down at night here. That's where we're in this older cabin. I've been trying to look for... we're in the exact same spot I left off, so I haven't been doing anything, mind you. But I was looking for, like, Monokuma statues and stuff or whatever to get mono coins, to get gifts and stuff, which is kind of nice. But also, before we get into this, one of the things I wanted to bring up is, in case you didn't know, but maybe care, because let's say you grew up on this show called Power Rangers. Did you know that in English, at least, and I'm saying this because there are people that probably play this game in the sub and whatever, and I wonder if it's like the same or like a similar experience. Hajime's English voice is actually Adam from Power Rangers, as in the second Mighty Morphin Black Ranger slash the Zeo Green and Turbo Green Ranger, actually. And that's also just been one of the things that's been interesting about some of the English voices from the first game, but also the second game with one character in particular now, of Monokuma. Because Monokuma's voice, English voice, has actually been a voice that's been around for me for a while. Like, if you remember Digimon Season 3, I think they just call it Digimon Tamers, with Guilmon and Takato and stuff like that. That was actually Monokuma. There was Bokumon, I believe it was Bokumon, in Season 4, actually, which is Digimon Frontier. Naruto did some work in there, and there's a lot of characters, and I'm asking this to start the episode off, because I wonder in the comments, whatever, if you played it in English or in Japanese or whatever, was there kind of like that similarity with some of the voices in these games, either the first game or the second game, where it's like, oh yeah, you know, X character was voiced by somebody that for me, I remember from this anime, or this show, or, you know, this kind of thing. So I think that's kind of neat, actually, because, like, you know, back when Toonami and stuff, when I was a kid, there was no really sub versus dub war or anything like that. It just was what it was. I didn't have a laptop or anything to know that there were sites that I could watch these shows earlier than they were on air. If they were on air, that's all I knew. So I wonder, same thing with other people that might be, even if you're a 90s kid, right? Like, or 2000s kid, I guess. If that's kind of the same thing. I just thought that was kind of interesting, though, because it was like, yeah, I mean, with these games, they have like 15, 16 students per game, different voices. Like, I imagine you have to go across a vast, wide pool of stuff. But yeah, that's kind of been something that's also just like a fun fact for the English, and so I'm kind of curious if you've played it in the sub, if there's something, it doesn't have to actually be like from Power Rangers or Super Sentai or anything like that, but like, just period. Are there voices in the sub where you're like, yeah, like Nekomaru's sub voice is actually from this thing? I thought that was kind of, I don't know, kind of neat to see, like, all this happening, because, like, for me, I will always remember them first and foremost as, like, the Green Turbo Ranger slash second Black Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, but, like, I really like the Danganronpa series, so I'm definitely gonna remember, or have remembered, that they are also the voice for Hajime here, and I've kind of just been filling time, so that way if you are commenting while you're watching, I haven't done something that made you miss something. I imagine it might be the case. I don't want to look up too many characters, because I don't want to look up, like, what happens, obviously. But I thought that was kind of neat. I was watching a Devil May Cry video, actually. That's what it was. Devil May Cry 5, because Eric, as in the Quantum Ranger, is the voice for Virgil in that series. And so I was like, oh, by the way, when it comes to Nero, who's voiced by, you know, this person, they also voice these things, including this. And I was like, oh, hey, I know that. There we go. I was waiting for that too. Several plans always rolling at once. Let's go have fun. I just thought that was something kind of neat, and I'm kind of curious what your experience has been when you played the games. At least the first two, since we're only on the first two. Hajime, how do you like it? What do you mean? See, I decorated the whole dining hall for the party. I even laid out the carpet, too. Ooh, wait, that is a nice carpet. Really? Even the carpet? Yep, I brought it from the supermarket. That place sure does seem to have everything. I actually wanted to cover the whole floor, but I guess the carpet wasn't big enough. There was a lot of dust and cobwebs all over the place, too. It took me all day to clean the dining hall just because of that. There's no way I could handle being stuck cleaning the whole day. You're commendable, Nagito.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Awesome. Alright, left to right. Let's see. This whole place sure is run down. I feel bad Nagito went to all this trouble cleaning it. Even cleaning has its limits. See? Check out the floorboards. Maybe the wood shrank because of deterioration? Don't these openings seem dangerous to you? You're right.
Aww.
Well, the carpet is spread out enough to cover most of the floor, so I guess it won't be that big of a deal. But it might be best to tell Mikan to be careful. Yeah, she is the type to trip over nothing. I'm worried about Monokuma showing up. If he finds out we're having a party, there's no way he'll leave us alone. We gotta do something about it. You're right, we should do something. I wonder if someone can do something about it. I wonder. Okay, sure. So we're in the same page then? I'm not sure I understand. Don't worry about it, my dude.
Gross.
That creep Byakuya rubbed his ham hands all over me and called it a body check. Oh, he did it to us too. More like sexual harassment. Well, it's not what it is. He did the same thing to everybody. It is a body check, but it can feel intrusive. It's fine. So, I feel like he was getting frisky when he was frisking me. Yeah. I'm pretty in demand, you know. You're just kidding.
Good instincts.
Even though that man is a lowly worm, it appears his cooking skills are most impressive indeed. Nevertheless, even his food cannot stand against the gourmet cuisine of the multiverse. I like Gundam. Hey, what's up? It's pointless. She's completely focused on the food. Man, that was so uncomfortable. Getting groped so thoroughly by a man, that was my worst nightmare. Oh, turn to left and cough then. Welcome to America, getting the physical. Oh, you mean the body check?
How annoying.
Plus, he got super pissed and started yelling at me when he noticed I had a wrench with me. Seriously, how freaking annoying. It's your fault for having a wrench in the first place.
Man.
I just happened to find it at the airport. Carrying it around calms me down. But Byakuya, Broyakuya, if anything, put it in that duralumium. I keep saying neum, it's just num. It's just mim. There's no neum at all. Case of his.
Aw, man.
Alright, Nagito, totally not Makoto. Even though it took me the entirety of the day to clean this hall, I'm glad everyone's so happy. Oh, what, I can't move, right? Oh, can I just... Select luxurious looking dishes. Looks tasty. There's a lot of fancy looking party dishes on the table towards the front. That's nice. There's an air conditioner, but the filter might need to be cleaned before we turn it on. Iron plates? That reminds me, I saw some similar looking iron plates in the hallway too. But why are the iron plates bolted onto the walls?
How pitiful.
All is not what it appears to be. Eh?
Stay back.
One of my 4 Devas, Supernova Silver Fox, San D. I like, oh jeez, has seen what lies shrouded amidst the darkness. Though that iron plate appears to be bolted to the wall, it's actually bolted over what was known as a window. Window?
Let me tell
There are no windows in this dining hall at all. I assume the iron plates are covering them, but why are iron plates covering the windows?
The night is my domain.
San D, it appears your fur is rustling more than usual today. Hey, why are iron plates covering the windows?
Let's make history.
Such a fine day, countless lives grasp their first breath, and countless more go the way of all flesh. I guess he doesn't know. Well, this building is in the middle of renovation, so I guess that might have something to do with it, but this place sure has creepy atmosphere to it in that. Suddenly, we heard the voice of the ultimate affluent protagonist ringing through the dining hall.
Made you wait.
Thank you for waiting. Tera's in the kitchen. It appears Furihiko did not come.
I apologize.
I apologize. I did inform him about the party, but... It's not like you need to apologize, Peko. It's his fault for not coming. I explicitly stated that attendance was mandatory, but it's fine. If just one person is absent, that shouldn't pose a problem. He won't be able to do anything. What do you mean by that?
What?
More importantly...
Come on.
And what is that? An intense expression spread across Byakuya's face as he looked at the table with various foods and dishes on it. Uh-oh.
Not possible.
Dangerous. As he wow, you could hear the thunder as he moved. As he stomped away towards the table. Oh no.
Hey, what are you doing? You're hogging all the food! No fair!
He's just going to town.
No, I'm not.
I don't
Yes,
care
you are.
what you say, you're totally pigging out.
I'm telling you, I'm not. Look carefully at this dish.
How are you able to talk so clearly with that much food in your mouth?
Looks like delicious roasted meat.
And just what is stabbed into this roasted meat?
Yeah, it's his voice. And it's just so... It's so weird hearing his voice with this action, though.
It's an iron spear.
Oh. Oh, he's right.
That's right. This iron skewer is definitely a dangerous item. I must take full responsibility and collect it.
You couldn't have just taken the skewer out, though. You had to eat the food to do it.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. Looks like everyone's here. I should go ahead and bring out the rest of the... Huh? Some messy eater ruined my arrangement. Who made this dish? That would be me, but, are you a food critic?
What are you thinking?
What are you plotting, cooking with such dangerous items?
No.
Dangerous?
No.
That's churrasco. It's a South American meal where you stab meat in an iron skewer to cook it. Churrasco? I feel like I butchered that. It felt really tropical and exotic, so I thought it would totally fit the party's atmosphere. These iron skewers are a problem.
Why?
Iron skewers aren't allowed either? If that's how you're acting, then there might be more skewers than just these.
Let's go.
Hey, Hajime, come with me. I need your help. And he just stomped away again. Why me? Because we're the main character. It's your fault for standing right in front of him. My condolences. Broyakia Brogami's face bore an intense expression as I reluctantly followed him out of the dining hall.
Go.
Alright, this is the kitchen. We have to thoroughly inspect it to make sure there's no dangerous items. Thoroughly, huh? Byakuya stomped into the kitchen and I followed after him. Did you now?
Listen.
Let's get to work then. Search this place thoroughly. As he issued that order, Byakuya began searching the whole kitchen from one end to the other. Look, I found these. There are forks and knives on that shelf. Don't tell me, those too?
Naturally.
They're definitely dangerous items. If you're just eating, chopsticks are enough. As he said that, Byakuya threw the forks and knives into the Duralumium. I'm just gonna call it Duralumium. I'm sorry. I think of like DeLorean from Back to the Future. One after the other. You're being very thorough about it. Dishes. Chinese, Japanese, French, and Italian cuisine. Seafood dishes, too. There's even a huge piece of meat on the bone. That Teru, who sure got fired up. I don't even know if I'd be able to eat that much food.
I see.
It seems there are no dangerous items, like that skewer in the churrasco earlier. Inside that pile of food. That appears to be the case. Phew. I wouldn't have known what to do if he said fish bones and meat bones were also dangerous items. Well, fish bones is a rocket launcher in League of Legends, so that can be dangerous. Hey, is it necessary to go this far?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I'm doing this because it's necessary. If I'm to fulfill the promise I made to not let anyone become a victim, I must be extra vigilant. Really? Is that all?
What?
What do you mean? Well, I'm just assuming, but I think something must have happened to you. After all, you decided to throw a party so suddenly, I can't help but think there's a reason for that. That's not it. I've been a distrustful person for as long as I can remember. Distrustful person? I don't like to talk about my past, but it's fine. I'll just tell you a little bit of it. Oh, do we get to find out? I cannot talk about the others. I cannot talk to the others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Byakuya has a past that he can't talk about. Well, he did talk. See, we hung out with Byakuya actually in the first game, so we know some stuff. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living heck. Oh, really? You don't say. It was inevitable that I would end up this way. But in this kind of situation, my skeptical nature might be of good use. If we're able to survive here, skepticism is necessary at all costs. By the way, that past you mentioned,
That's enough.
now is not the time. However, one day, there will definitely be a time when I'll be able to tell you about it. If nothing happens and time passes for us peacefully, I'll have no choice but to talk. That sounded pretty deep. I sort of felt like things are even more mysterious now because he hasn't told me the whole story. This guy might have a deep hidden mystery within him, deeper than I thought he'd have.
That's silly, Tom.
Hey, enough with the unnecessary banter. We better hurry and find the rest of those dangerous items. Yeah, I got it. Even so, he sure works hard. That's probably more in line with his actual personality, I bet. There apparently be a variety of type of knives, but these... Out of the question. Knives are far too dangerous. Hand them over to me. I'll safeguard them. Byakuya grabbed the knife from my hand and threw it in the delirium case with the rest. Of course. This paper is... I see. It appears to be equipped with a list for the kitchen. 20 forks, 20 knives, 20 spoons, 5 iron skewers, 3 frying pans, 20 wine glasses. There are also iron plates for the barbecue, and even a portable stove for cooking hot pots. Iron plates and a portable stove. I do recall seeing them out on the shelf over there. This kitchen seems to be well kept. There should be no problems using it. Though the building is old, the kitchen is impressive. Compared to the normal restaurant, it's not too shabby.
Very strange.
But it's strange. One of the items on this list seems to be short by one.
Why?
The kitchen's a mess. What happened here?
Stop talking.
Don't raise your annoying voice. I just removed all the dangerous items. There are no knives or forks. Why? How come?
Don't make me repeat
I literally just
myself.
said I removed all the dangerous items. Don't tell me, you're treating cooking utensils like dangerous items?
No.
Well, most of the dishes are finished. All I gotta do is arrange the plates, so it's not a problem, but still. Hajime, stop it, get off me. Not into that sort of thing? Well, that's a little depressing. Trust me, I'm the one who's depressed here. Hey, before you start getting all flirty, explain this. I checked the equipment list and there seems to be iron skewer missing. Oh, that's right. As far as I know, that's been missing from the start. No matter how clean this place gets, stuff is bound to go missing in an old building, right? It has been missing all along. We can't do anything about it, right? You're right. There's no place to hide such a long skewer anyway. Very well. All I need to do is keep a watchful eye. Don't tell me you plan to keep a watchful eye all night long.
Let's go.
Alright, let's go back. The others should be waiting for us. You two, Teru, come into the dining hall for now. Okay. Jeez, he's such a pushy leader. Oh, they're finally back.
Hey!
Hey, let's eat already. I'm starving. There's still an issue we need to address first.
Lies!
An issue?
Alright!
Who do I gotta beat the crap out of? Just say the word and I'll do it for you.
That's enough.
That won't be necessary. This is the issue. The issue is where to safeguard this Duralumin case that has been confiscated all the dangerous items. Can't we just leave it here? I've already put a lock on the case, so it shouldn't be a problem, but we should definitely up the security and keep it someplace safe. Someplace safe? Oh, there's a storage room in the back of this old building.
I see.
A storage room, huh? Even so, we can't leave the case alone in there. Then someone should guard it. That would keep it safe, yes? Who? Take turns? Oh, I'll do it, of course. Are you sure? I guess if you insist. Just kidding. But it'll be lonely there by yourself.
I don't mind.
I don't mind. I really am not good in situations where I have to be around lots of people anyway. If I wrote a song about this, the title would definitely be Lonely Girl in the Storage Room. However, Teru has gone to the trouble of cooking. Is it alright for me to bring some of it with me?
Okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine. But if you're going to go do guard duty anyway, it might be better if you avoid the storage room. Why is that? Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there and it's full of cobwebs. Also, I was so busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't even have the time to clean the storage room. If you stayed in there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health.
I see.
In that case, why don't you guard it in the office? If I recall correctly, there is a circuit breaker in there too. It'd be a good idea to guard that as well.
Yep.
Yeah, the office sounds nice. I'm pretty sure it's not that dirty either. Understood. So I need to be on guard duty at the office. Then I should get going. Have fun tonight, everyone. Take with her a beryllium case and a plate piled with food. Peko left the dining hall.
I see.
Seeing Peko's back as she walks away makes me feel like she's got this super cool, melancholy vibe.
Huh?
But shouldn't she have taken that other case with her too? This? No, this case is fine.
That's weird.
No fair, you're like the only one who got to bring their own stuff.
Naturally.
When you're as special as me, you got special privileges. When you put it that way, it's hard to argue with you.
Listen.
This Duralumin case stays with me at all times. I put the key to the other case in here as well. I'll take full responsibility for watching over it. There's no way I can let anyone else handle this matter. More importantly, we're all done now, right? Let's start the party. Yeah. No, there's still more. Dang. Come on, man.
Do it!
What do you want to do? Who do you want me to beat the crap out of? Hurry up and tell me. Seriously, it has nothing to do with that. Actually, if you're volunteering, I do have one particular nuisance in mind. Are you talking about
That's right.
Monokuma, of course? He's the one that could obviously disrupt this party.
I'll show you my serious
All right. So, let me eat you'll let me eat if I beat the crap out of Monokuma, right?
Hold on.
Wait a second. If you actually pick a fight with that thing, you're just going to end up perforated.
Move!
You telling me to wait till I starve to death?
Hey,
Starve to death? That's a little extreme. Our opponent is not someone we can just fight. Rather, it's better if we use our heads and think of a plan.
hey.
I'll do something about it.
What?
Do something? You?
Hey!
Hey now, what can a girl like you do? You're just gonna put yourself in danger.
Nope.
I won't. It's not like I'll personally do something. You won't? Do you intend to utilize Monami?
Yep.
Yep, if I can talk her into helping us, she might be able to keep Monokuma at bay. At least that's what I think. That's probably a good idea. She looks like the type that's easily manipulated.
Oh!
Plus, Monami and Monokuma totally have a rivalry going on. Well, it's a pretty one-sided rivalry, yeah.
Are you okay?
But will you really be okay, Chiaki? I still think it's dangerous.
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. If things get dangerous, I'll just run as fast as I can. Well then, I'll be going now. What is this feeling? I feel somewhat uneasy. Oh, is that like a death flag? It's not like I have a bad feeling about this, but something feels off. So it's settled, right? Then we can... You're right, let's begin. Alright. That's about as excited as I get when I have a really good meal in front of me. Really good food can turn a whole mood around after all.
Fine.
So, the banquet has finally commenced. You better keep me entertained. And with that, the party started. Ah, nice wholesomeness. It can't last. It's a Danganronpa game. Now that I think about it, I still don't understand why we're even having a party in the first place, but whatever the reason, everyone seems to be having fun.
Hey, are we good? Can I finally eat?
Go for it.
You're already eating.
I can't stop.
Oh, to be young again.
My hands from shoving food in my face.
Which is funny, right? Like, we found out in the last episode, they just kind of dropped the bombs already, that memories have been stolen, and we're all, like, at least 2 years older than we thought we were, so... Your metabolisms are all probably still good, actually. So, and depending on how long this takes place from the other game, because I'm assuming this is a sequel still, because there's Byakuya, right? It could even be longer. But even so, it's not like they'd be like, oh, they thought they were 15, they're actually 35. At best, they'd still be like late teens. So, like, your metabolisms must be nice. I'm on a diet. I could probably eat really well still, but I can't. I'm trying to lose weight. You maybe can't see it unless I bring it up, but there's like fat on my face, for example, that just, it's been because I'm lazy. That's the thing some people don't realize. They think maybe I'm being dramatic possibly, but it's because the weight that I've put on is because I've been lazy. That's why I dislike it so much.
Well, of
Sorry.
course you can't stop. These are the world's tastiest party dishes, after all. No matter how full you feel, you can't help but continue eating such exquisite delicacies. That is what I cook, the world's tastiest dishes.
Ah, okay.
That's rather scary. You're not eating? Then I'm gonna eat all this by myself.
I'll make lots more in the kitchen, and then I'll bring it all out here, okay?
Hey everyone, while we're at it, why don't I take pictures for you guys?
Go for it.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. Please do.
Nice. This feels weird. When I first came to this island, watching everyone having fun was so frustrating, but now it feels reassuring. We're actually friends who fight together, friends who've developed a sense of unity. Uh-oh. He's going super. Nakamura, did something happen? The party's just started, but I must return to my cottage.
Come on.
Don't be foolish. I won't allow such selfish actions.
Don't stop me.
Don't stop me, Byakuya. There comes a time when a man knows he's gotta go. If I don't go now, it would shame me as a man.
Shit.
Oh no. Oh no. That's bad. Yeah, that would be bad. So he was talking about the toilet.
What?
You need to use the bathroom? There's one in this old building. Why don't you go back? Why would you go back to your cottage? I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
What?
What is this blasphemy? What now?
Impossible.
My heck, how an earring. Uh-oh. Wait, what happened to his ear? I think that's a word that's okay to say for YouTube, right? Like, when you've been watching me or other people, you might have noticed we've been censoring words, and it's just because YouTube might be weird like that. I'm pretty sure that's an okay word to say, though. And in that conjunction, right? Has disappeared. Did it vanish into subspace? Calm down, you probably just dropped it somewhere. Oh, jeez, that's bad. Shut up, don't you dare. Hey, is it really alright if I eat all this? Don't be an idiot. Make sure you leave some for me.
Come on.
Hey, Byakuya, everyone, come on, I'm gonna take a picture.
Say cheese.
Hey, why can't you all act a little more mature?
What?
What did that sound just now? That's not good. It's dark all of a sudden? Darkness.
It's a blackout.
Nocturne. Blackout? A blackout?
Hey, I can't see anything.
In that instance, we stumbled around the darkness. Our fear swallowed us up like a flood.
It's pitch black. My future is pitch black.
Okay. That was a little bit too, dang. The sounds of screams and frantic footsteps ranged through the dark dining hall. We were immediately swallowed up by another sound.
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this.
Illuminate the enemy.
Ah! Don't step on my feet.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Because the windows were entirely covered, the blackout surrounded us with complete darkness. Complete darkness. Therefore, no matter how long I wait, there's no way my eyes will adjust.
This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on. I can't eat like this, you know.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Uh-oh.
Hold on a sec.
I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Good. Within the darkness, we fervently waited for the release from our fear. We anxiously waited, and after a while, it finally... Ah. At that moment, when the lights in the dining hall finally turned back on, a shocking scene unfolded before our eyes. Oh, no. I told you it was too happy to be true. That is... Mikan's appearance had been compromised. Oh. Oh, well...
I'm sorry. I did it again.
Don't know how that happened. Not gonna lie. Kinda happy it's not a murder. I am happy no one died. I was thinking, oh, death. Death is coming. It's not death. You might not like it, and that's fine too, but it's not death, okay? Typical Danganronpa death flag.
Seriously? How do you trip and land like that?
They must have, like, they're the ultimate nurse. I'm also thinking they have, like, the ultimate bad luck. It's like both. Can you have more than one ultimate ability? Is that possible?
Yay! An erotic pose! That's obviously a fan service moment.
This game, like between the whole, oh, I've heard this plot before with Monokuma's monologue in the first. This game is like they're basically making. I feel like they're making fun of themselves, like they're aware basically. It's really meta. That kind of makes it funny a little bit for me.
No! Please don't look at me! I can't take this at all! Mahiru! It's time to snatch some shots!
No, probably not. Maybe just help him up.
There's no way I can do that.
Someone good has some good values.
Please forgive me. Just
I don't know if you're the one that we should forgive. I feel like we should ask. Never mind.
Everyone, I think it would
Thank
be best
you.
if we help her already.
Dang, that must suck.
I'm sorry.
Why are you I don't get why they apologize. They apologize too much. From now on, just be careful.
Huh?
Oh, I'm glad the lights are back on here too.
Yay!
So you were the one that fixed the breaker, Kazuichi? You were unusually useful this time.
Hey,
Well, no, I couldn't find my way to the office with the circuit breaker.
Huh?
Then why are the lights back on? Who knows?
What?
Don't.
Are you
Who knows
stupid?
me? You're so useless. It's not my fault, you know. There's no way I could have found my way in the office in that darkness.
Oh my.
What happened?
Sonya, did something happen? No. Broyakia is missing. Did he go somewhere?
Huh?
Broyakia? I'm just gonna call him Broyakia. Broyakia Brogami. Or Byakuya Brogami. We immediately looked around the dining hall. Sure enough, Byakuya, who promised he would lead us in situations like this, was nowhere to be found.
Huh?
That's weird. He was here earlier, right? Did he run off somewhere during the blackout? In that pitch blackness?
Hey,
I'm a little worried. We should split up and go look for him. He's in the library reading. I know exactly where he is. Where's the library? I'll look in the storage room. So, can I ask you to check the entrance, Hajime? Yeah, got it.
for now.
Then I guess I'll go look in the office.
Then.
I should go look around the hallway. I'll wait here since I'm kind of in the middle of eating anyway. She's still gonna eat while all this is going on? Yeah. I must... Bathroom. I must man up and check the bathroom. I don't understand this man up thing.
Jeez.
Jeez, Mr. Ham Hands ran away just because there was a itty bitty blackout. Such a shameful leader. If I find him, I'm gonna finger flick him in the face as punishment. Even so, where did Broyakia go? I believe I have to go check the entrance. I'm pretty sure Chiaki was there. How you holding up, buddy? What are you doing? Weren't you gonna use the bathroom?
Damn it.
Yes, but it appears someone else is using it. And the door's been shut since before even the party started. Dang you, the bathroom's for everyone. How dare you hog it? Someone's been using the bathroom since before the party even started? That's what it looks like. No matter how many times I check it, it never seems to open. This is bad. The more I try to hold it in, the more it wants to come out. Yep. Hold it in. Come on, you can do it. Even so, that's a long time to be in the bathroom. Who's in there? And if they've been in there since before the party started, it can't be Byakuya. I've searched the hallway, but there's no sign of Byakuya. Where did he go? Is he outside? I haven't looked yet. I'll go check. Chiaki and Monami are standing in front of the entrance. I guess they're watching out for Monokuma. Hajime, what about the party? It's not done yet, right? I haven't even joined in yet. Hey, Chiaki, did you ever see Byakuya pass by here?
Nope.
Byakuya? Nope, I didn't. But what happened to Byakuya? There was a sudden blackout inside the old building and Byakuya vanished during the time. So we thought he might have gone outside, but... Nope, nobody came out. If nobody came out, does it mean he's still inside? If that's the case, we might have missed each other.
I think.
That's what I think. Hajime, how'd it go? Well, when I talked to Chiaki, she said he didn't go outside. That's weird. No one was inside the storage room either. It wasn't in the kitchen, obviously. No one was in the office.
It is strange.
Nobody was in the
no?
office?
That's weird.
What about Pekko? I thought she was supposed to be guarding that area.
Hey,
Well, actually, not even Pekko was there.
Huh?
Pekko's gone too? Oh, heck. Maybe those two took advantage of the blackout to have themselves a major make-out section in the bathroom.
Well done.
Truly, truly outrageous. Gems are truly outrageous. Did something happen to Kane? Well, did any of you smell something?
Well,
When parts of the digestive food is absorbed by the small intestine, it decomposes by bacteria, releasing gas, which is mostly absorbed in the intestinal tract, but whenever it cannot be absorbed, is excreted from the anus.
yes.
Those are the mechanics of farting, but farting isn't something to be embarrassed about.
It's not like that.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Wait.
It smells like blood? Blood? As Akane's nose twitched like a beast, she suddenly pointed. It's coming from over there. At the table at the back of the dining hall. Not liking this.
what the heck?
The smell of blood, you say? It's probably the smell of a rare steak or something, right? I don't eat rare steaks, I wouldn't know. I'm a well-done kid. Like a wild dog, Akane. You even wolfed down a ton of food. If it smells of blood, I should be used to smelling it.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Oh, that's fine. Yep. Is the bathroom still occupied? The smell of blood, that's weird. I didn't cook any dishes that involve rare meat. So there's no way there'd be any smell of blood.
This is going
This music's
nowhere.
not doing good for my anxiety. Sorry, my nose is super untalented, but my ears are way talented, no joke. Well, you're a musician, that makes sense.
Let me tell you.
Mirage Golden Hawk Jumpy would like to inform you of something. From this point on, if you proceed, you may eventually regret that decision someday. If you still intend to go, I will not stop you. So you know something. The smell of blood is coming from that table. It's best if we go check it out, Hajime. Yeah. Is there... I can smell blood coming from the table in the back.
Hey,
Smelling blood? How can anyone even do that? It's just her imagination, right? That's obviously what it is. You better hurry and check it out so we know for sure.
that is.
Smell of blood. I'm only able to smell the appetizing aromas wiping the dishes. Oh no. Smell of blood. What in the world is at that table? It's under there. Under the table? I dashed towards the table at the back, reached out toward the tablecloth, and then I stopped. Is this nervousness? Fear? Why? Why am I nervous? Why? Why? It can't be. It obviously can't be. There's no way that's gonna happen. With a shout, I grabbed the tablecloth and flipped it in one go. There. For the rest of my life, I would never forget what I saw. Well, we found Byakuya, Brogami. What I saw the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami, already dead and beyond recognition. I don't know if beyond recognition's the like that, but that's definitely him. Well, this ain't a prequel, cause he's dead. Deadly life. Ah, jeez.
Why is Byakuya?
I just stood there, horrified, as showers of steam ran out behind me. Ah. As I gazed quietly at the body of my former friend.
Why?
What is this?
Hey!
This is impossible.
Are you kidding?
Don't mess with me. This must be some kind of mistake. This can't be real blood, right? It's gotta be something like jam or sauce. Because if it's not, this...
What the hell?
Good. Oh, jeez, it's been a hot minute. Good gracious, things quickly turn for the worst. My, now this is interesting. Oh, this tropical paradise known as Jabberwock Island, the very first murder has finally taken place. Murder?
Could it be?
Hold on, does this mean... Of course!
That's right.
Byakuya was killed by one of you. What?
Of course.
If you look at the body, you can tell instantly he was obviously murdered. Look, he has such a horrified expression on his face, don't you think? I can't see his face, I don't know. His face filled with regret. A face filled with regret that his life was ended by force, all thanks to someone else's selfish desires. To have a dying face such as this, if this isn't murder, then what the heck could it be? Oh, that hurts actually, I shouldn't do that. Byakuya was most likely sacrificed by someone who really wanted to leave the island. Lies. It's all lies. You're lying that he was murdered. Murdered. The moment I screamed that word, a thick, muddy feeling of despair swelled within my body, which means that I've accepted the fact that Byakuya was murdered.
What is this? Could it be?
Is this really Byakuya?
Why?
Why did this happen? Why Byakuya? The Brogami? I see. It appears Fuyuhiko is the only one that isn't here.
What are you gonna do?
So in the spirit of keeping everyone on the same page, how about we do this the usual way? Byakuya, why? How are you gonna take the character that was like one of the most unlikable characters from the first game, put him in this game, make him likable, and then kill them off? You know how many people I bet, like I mentioned that some of my friends were playing through the first game too, right? And so like obviously now we're done with the first game, we can go back and watch them as well. Play through theirs when they're streaming it and stuff. You know how many people wanted this guy to die? Like by chapter 2 of the first game, and he just made it, and he just kept going, got a little bit likable towards the end, you could say. And now you kill him off. That's like when there's like that bad guy in the TV show that finally becomes a good guy, and then that's when they die, when they're finally a good guy, and like, yeah, redemption. Oh, they're dead. But like the redemption, death wasn't part of the redemption. It was just they died.
A body has been discovered.
Now, can you imagine if like there's a third game? Well, I guess there is a third game, or like I don't know. Hold on, we'll get there. I was gonna say, can you imagine if there's another game where they made Monokuma likable and like a good guy, and then they killed Monokuma off? That's kind of like that.
Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin.
Class trial?
Hey,
I've already explained this to you, right? If one of you gets murdered, the rest of you have to debate who you think is the Blackened. You're telling us to figure out who the killer is?
correct.
That's right. From this point on, you guys must investigate and uncover the Blackened culprit.
That's impossible.
It can't be. Someone actually killed? There's no way. If you make an outburst like that, you'll end up being a suspect. I won't believe it. One of us killed Byakuya? There's no way. Something as hopeless as that would ever happen.
No.
If you actually think about it that way, it means you guys are already being cornered by the killer. Or conned. Come on, let's hurry up and begin. An impassioned, life-risking battle between you guys and the Blackened, and it's already started. It started the moment one of you plotted to kill someone. Hey, what are you saying?
You can't.
Everyone, please, you cannot and should not believe what Monokuma says. No matter how much you interfere, there is only ever one truth.
On my grandfather's.
On your grandfather's name? Monokuma has a grandfather? You have a grandpa?
On my grandfather's.
Grave? Oh. Your grandpa is dead? What happened to him?
On my grandfather's.
On my grandfather's plane? What happened to your grandpa? Did his plane crash? I don't even know where to begin at this rate.
You ain't my comedy partner anymore. It hurts so much when you hit me with a charging corkscrew attack.
Jeez. She also seems vulnerable, though. Did you see that? This stunning display of power. Defy your big brother and I will show you no mercy. I will harden my heart and teach you a lesson you won't soon forget. If only I had my magic stick, I'd be able to fight back against Monokuma.
Time fine.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave that whiny rabbit loser alone and get on with the investigation. Now then, in the spirit of lovely doubt and devious deception, put your heart and soul into the investigation. I wish you the best of luck. No, you don't. You want us all to die. And with that, Monokuma vanished, leaving those of us who were grief-stricken alone with our despair. I'm gonna kill off Byakuya after they make him likable. I don't understand with this at all. A search for Byakuya's killer. Why did it turn out like this?
What's going on?
Give me a break. Why do I have to be involved in this horrible situation? You can't doubt each other, because you're all friends. But Mr. Ham Hands really did get killed, right? If we don't find out who the killer is, we're all gonna get killed, right?
Wait.
That being said, I cannot abide by this. Now that I've finally made friends, there's no way I can doubt them. Seriously, did you even listen to what I said? It doesn't matter if you can abide by this or not. You gotta do it. We gotta do this to survive, right? Then we have no choice but to do it.
I won't forgive
No, friends
you.
doubting friends is a major no-no.
Shut up!
Alright, shut up. Just go away, you useless piece of trash, dang.
Oh,
Threats are scary. Do we really have to do it? I don't want to do something like that. I don't want to do it either. It sounds so scary. However, if it's just as Hiyoko said, if we're going to get killed or for not doing it, then we must do it. But still, I can't believe one of us killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe it. There's no way. So for that reason,
Yep.
I'll do it. I'll investigate Byakuya's death. I will do my best to prove there's no killer among us. Go get him. Tell him, Naegi. I'm still suspicious. Very. There's no need to deceive or doubt each other. What we need to fight is not ourselves,
There's no mistake.
but that which is trying to crush us, this despair. This hopeless reality, there's the real enemy we need to fight. If I'm going to survive this, then I have to fight it. And before you start, can I say something?
well,
In closed circle detective games, the player usually has to decide who's going to guard the crime scene. What should we do?
I know.
Oh yeah, it would be bad if the killer destroyed the evidence and got away with it. Destroyed the evidence?
Pointing.
Look, over there, the big, bulky, brawny guy is perfect for the guard job. He really needs to use the bathroom. What the heck? What happened?
Man.
That guy has a sensitive heart despite his looks. Is that what that means?
Hey,
I can't believe I can be the one who watches the crime scene. I don't have enough confidence to investigate the body, and it's not like I have the brains either. I'll just stay by Byakuya's side. That's the least I can do. That's what guard duty is, right? Mahiru.
I'll do my best.
I'll do my best. I'll do my very best to not get in your way.
Yes.
I have medical training, so if it's not too much trouble, I can perform an autopsy, please. So you're gonna stay as well. Is that okay? And what specifically should we be doing now? I have no idea. It's pretty obvious we're all just amateurs. Going through each grain of sand on the beach just to find a clue would be a waste of time. The only ones who can do that are the police. There's no way amateurs like us will be able to do that.
Hey,
So let's first rely on our intuition. We'll start from there and prove that none of us could have killed Byakuya. But to perform an autopsy on your friend, how cruel. But I have no choice, right? There's no way I could do something like decline, right?
I won't believe. I
I won't believe it. Byakuya got killed. I don't believe that at all. You don't believe anything lately. Fine, I'm in.
You are right.
If we're to survive this, this is our only path.
This is the worst.
Something like this is the only thing we can do in order to stay alive. Finding out who the killer is, that's our only hope for survival. Something like this is hope? Even so, I still gotta do it. Seek a way out. You thought it was time for the investigation, but...
The Monokuma file!
how despicable.
Hey!
Just as I thought, you amateurs need this, right? What the hell is a Monokuma file?
I don't like this.
Jeez, explaining the rules all the time is really breaking my bones. Well, it's not like I have bones in the first place. Don't even make me say such lame jokes.
Allow me to explain!
Let's see, the Monokuma file contains precise and detailed information regarding the dead body. I've brought it to you so you guys can smoothly proceed with the investigation. I'm such a nice guy. I'm so nice, I want to be known as the Mother Teresa of the mascot world. Nice, you say. You're just a selfish meanie.
What's this?
My. Monami, the meaningless mascot. You're still here. Don't put me in the meaningless mascot genre.
Damn it!
Come on, let's go. Your turn is already up. Hurry and get the hell out of the way here with me. Ouch, don't pull my ears. They're gonna come off. They're finally gone. The Monokuma file, huh? Anyway, I guess I should look it over just in case. Dang. The victim was discovered in the dining hall of the old building near the Hotel Mirai. Mirai. The estimated time of death is 11:30 p.m. The victim was repeatedly stabbed over 10 times between the throat and abdomen region, resulting in death. Oh, jeez. So he's basically got killed Mukuro Game 1 style. Gotcha. Aside from that, the body has no other external injuries, and no chemicals such as poison were detected. This game is just really remembers the first one. So Byakuya really is dead. Dang it, you promised there wouldn't even be one victim. Why'd you end up being one? And now I'll never know what you're going to say to me. I cannot talk to the others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and be distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. It was inevitable that it would end up this way. In the end, what did he even mean? Could it be? I don't know. Heck is kind of a fun word, though. Not gonna lie. Even so, there is a traitor. Isn't that gosh darn awful? Pretending to be your ally and tricking you guys. It can't be helped if someone like that gets killed, right? A traitor? No way. Just because he said a lot of serious things doesn't mean he was a traitor. What am I thinking? Monokuma file has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Ah, well, okay. Time to roll the investigation music and let's get this going, huh? Anyway, we need to carefully examine everything. That's right, I need to do it. If we're going to survive this, we need to do it. I have to prepare myself for the worst. Seek a way out. Ooh. Oh, might as well start with the body. Under this very table, Byakuya was. First, I should investigate the top of the table. Though, the only thing on the top of the table that really catches my eye is desk lamp. It looks like an antique lamp, and it seems rather heavy. The power cord was connected to the outlet, so it would have been useless during the blackout. Other than that, there's nothing else on the table that really stands out to me, so now's the time for me to flinch. I gotta do it. I let out a shout as if to encourage myself and quickly looked beneath the table. Immediately, I noticed an unexplainable smell like rusted iron hanging from the air, and during the stinging pain of the back of my eyes, I slowly shifted my gaze toward Byakuya's body. Byakuya Togami, the affluent progeny, ultimate affluent progeny. He was the kind of guy who said a lot of hurtful things, but he tried his best to lead everyone. Yeah, I know. That's the... Why did he have to end up like this? The only thing I can think right now, for Byakuya's sake, to uncover the truth behind his death. What is this? What is this? Something stuck on the back of the table. Is it duct tape? There seems to be paint applied to the non-sticky side of the duct tape. And the dim light beneath the table, it seems to glow dully. Could this be glowing paint? Ah, speaking of Mukuro, the knife that killed... Well, technically not. A bloody knife. Is this the weapon that killed Byakuya? Hold on. How did the killer bring this knife into the dining hall in the first place? Byakuya thoroughly patted everyone down and thoroughly to inspect every corner of this old building, and all the confiscated dangerous items were supposed to be placed in the duralumium case. Ooh, and he was... Now, Peko had the case, but he had the key, so I don't think she could have gotten in it. It's possible they stole this knife from the case, or they hid it somewhere hard to find. Also, there's one more thing about this knife that's strange. There's some kind of paint that's been applied to the hilt, and the dim light beneath the table seems to glow dully. Could this be glowing paint? Truth bullet obtained. Knife has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, the music doesn't stop in between truth bullets. Alright, whoa. What is this? It looks like binoculars, but why are there a pair of binoculars under the table?
Hey,
Hajime, those aren't binoculars. Then what are they?
perhaps...
Those are probably night vision goggles. Night vision goggles? I've seen them at the supermarket on this island. They're in stock. They're also stock self-defense kits too. If that's the case, did the killer use the night vision goggles to kill Byakuya during the blackout? Our night vision goggles have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, so we saw his body, I guess the blood itself, huh? The blood flowing from Byakuya's body formed a large pool under the table. Huge. There's a lot of blood. This blood splattered everywhere. Even the inner side of the tablecloth is covered in blood. The blood might have splattered over the place when he got stabbed, but there doesn't seem to be any drag marks leading from the blood pool. Blood stain under the sheets has been added. The body is collapsed face down on the table, as if he was in the middle of attempting something. It looks like he was. According to the Monokuma file, he's repeatedly stabbed in the throat and abdomen region. repeatedly stabbed. One of us really do something so horrible? Ah, okay. Monokuma File 1 has been added to your handbook. Alright. I'm sure I pretty much investigated what's under the table. Despite the fact that it's just me, I think I'm working pretty hard. Even if it's just a little, I'm sure we'll get close to the truth behind Byakuya's death. I must investigate my classmate's body. Yes, I'm the one who has medical knowledge. That's why I need to do it. To do it, somehow. Before you start, why don't you calm down a bit? You're right, I need to calm down first. I'm careless enough as it is. It's pretty obvious from how you fell earlier. I'm terribly sorry about that, for showing you something so unsightly. You made me remember it again. I made such a fool of myself in front of everyone. Forget making a fool of yourself. How in the world did you end up like that? Well, I got startled by the blackout, slipped on the carpet, and once I was struggling to get back up... It's just so embarrassing. Please erase it from your memory. Even if you ask me, I won't be able to forget that easily. I mean, you could at least lie to them, Hajime. At least be a gentleman and just lie to them, okay? Sorry. At least say sorry, yeah. I can't stand it. Embarrassing pose? What, spread eagle is gonna be a truth bullet? Alright. Oh, the thingamabob, huh? Oh, no, this is the air conditioner. I thought they mentioned breaker. The circuit breaker is like in the other room, right? Remote-controlled air conditioner. Air conditioner? Could it be? Hey, all of you, why can't you act a little more grown up? What was that sound just now? Oh, was it an overload? So, like, the air conditioner probably is the only machine inside this room. And the air conditioner's remote control. The timer's set to 11:30 p.m. I'm pretty sure Byakuya's time of death was around the same time. So then that means... the mechanical sound before the blackout, it probably came from this air conditioner. My flashes of inspiration aren't as bad as I thought. Ah, so maybe this overloaded the breaker. AC timer, okay. This is the metal case Byakuya had with him. I believe it said it was made of duralumin. Last time I saw it, it was closed, but there's a lot of odd things found inside this, like a nightstick and pepper spray. What's this? The hard plastic. A hard plastic case. But this is just a case. The inside is empty. I wonder what was inside. The only thing that really catches my attention is the small key. It must be a key to the other duralumin case. The other case is in the office of all the things collected, dangerous items collected inside of it. If the key is to that case right here, then it's unlikely that the murder weapon used to kill Byakuya was taken from that case, which means the weapon inside the duralumin case aren't related to Byakuya's murder. Even so, I still don't get it. Why did Byakuya have this case in the first place? Because Hajime is now dropping bars. A case packed with all this security equipment. Maybe he was being extra cautious just in case. No, that can't be right. That's way too overboard. Could he have known something was going to happen beforehand? And because of that, he went all out this trouble to be extra careful. Okay. Duralumin case has been added to the truth bullet section. Alright. I can't get out of here yet. There's still other things I must investigate. Light Gundam. No, Hellhound earring. Answer my call.
Impossible.
This effort's futile as well. Well, are you still looking for that earring you dropped? It's not a mere earring. It is the Hellhound earring.
Fine.
Long ago, in a faraway land, a beast known as the Hellhound was feared by all, even by he who summoned it. Oh, so, like, it's Ascension Academy. There's a Hellhound character in Ascension Academy. Remember we've talked about, like, Curry and Ascension Academy and Stealth and people on the channel? Misty Flame. Anyway, side note. Well, this certainly is random. The Hellhound tore its way through the innumerable battlefields, its fangs glistening with blood, and his drenched blood-red fur would dry in the howling winds of loneliness. Oh. When I finally tamed that diabolical beast, I received an earring to commemorate that event. The Hellhound earring. So that I may never forget that night I battled that fearsome Pomeranian. I wear that earring at all times. Is that really a freaking Pomeranian? I understand it's important to you, but for now we need to investigate. Where is it? Where did it disappear to? Maybe it fell underneath the floor. The carpet didn't cover the whole floor. It might have fallen through that gap between the exposed floorboards. So that's what transpired. Such a clever little babble. Gundam laughed uproariously as he walked toward the wall and pressed his head against the gaps in the floor. I mean, I know. Man, I got an earring too. I feel you. I feel you. And peered beneath the floorboards.
I can see it.
Ah, there it is. I found it, truly. That is the Hellhound earring. It seems God exists for my benefit. I see. Good for you.
Let me.
However,
ask.
how do I recover it? I cannot fit my arm through the opening. Were I to use a tool, it would probably not reach either. Then maybe you should just give up. What? Give up? The world? Zerwaldo? I meant give up the earring. Fool, have you not yet realized? The world would come to an end if the human race were to lose that earring. You humans are so satisfied with clothing yourselves in layers of false knowledge. But even with all those layers, you still would not survive the winter. Why am I being scolded?
Fine.
It was foolish of me to rely on you fools. Fine, I shall do something about it on my own. Now, if you excuse me, I must go save the world. I love Gundam Tanaka. He wants the earring back by any means necessary. His determination is truly inspiring. But it'd be nice if he actually helped me with the investigation. Gaps in the floorboard has been added. Looks like that was useful, though. Maru, are you alright? Mahiru, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine.
What's going on?
Is that what you expect me to say? Because I feel terrible. 1 minute, Byakuya is alive and well, and on an instant, suddenly something awful happens. Of course I'm not fine.
Why?
I'm not the only one. And not only that, but the killer, whoever killed him is one of us, right? That hasn't been determined yet. It's already been determined. You've already accepted that, haven't you?
This is the worst.
That we have to find out who the killer is, find out which friend killed our friend. I don't like it either, but we won't survive if we don't go through with it. It's not just for yourself, we have to protect all of us. If only I had acted calmer during the blackout, Byakuya might still be alive.
This is the worst.
This whole thing would have never happened. Stop blaming yourself. Nothing good will come of it. Jeez. Getting cheered up by a boy isn't like me at all. Hey, Hajime, forget about what I just said. Got it? Yeah, that's fine. Got it. You couldn't have said that from Nikon. Okay. Anyway, I don't dwell on it for now. I can't become a burden to everyone. Plus, there might be a clue that only I have access to. A clue?
Hey.
Photos, the ones I took just before the blackout, remember? Hey, Byakuya, everyone, come on, take a picture. Alright, say cheese. Oh yeah, the pictures. Want to see them? I have a digital camera so I can show you them right now. Really? Please. Let's see, this photo. Everyone's happy. Why is Nagito Naegi back there just by himself? Come on. Socialize. And this one. I took these two photos right before the blackout, but... Huh? Is something wrong? I didn't realize it until now, but right before the blackout, Byakuya was standing in a totally different place than when we found him. His body wasn't on that table with the lamp on top of it. Wasn't his body on the table with the lamp on top of it? The one underneath the monitor? That is true. Prior to that, Byakuya was standing along the wall farthest from that table. You're right, that's pretty far. He was near his case, though. So he was expecting, I guess, something at all times. There's something... Everyone's standing position before the blackout might be a huge clue. Hey, can you approximate everyone's standing position from these photos? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It might be hard to understand the photos alone, so it might be better for me to plot it out. But that would actually provide a clue? I don't know yet, but I feel like it could.
Leave it to me.
Got it. Then leave it to me. That's pretty much the only job I can do anyways. Thank you. Alright, now that's decided. You better work hard in an investigation too. How much longer are you planning on standing around?
Do you understand?
Do you understand what's going on? You gotta find out how Byakuya died. Yeah, I know, but... It's good she's all fired up now, but she's totally not a different person when she has that feeling down. She's a totally different person now than when she was feeling down.
Hey.
Hey Hajime, there's something I wanted to run by you. Before the blackout occurred, Byakuya was in the dining hall with the rest of us, right? Yeah, that's right. And if Byakuya's dead body was discovered after the blackout, then don't you think he died during the blackout? Well, now that you mention it, but why is Byakuya's body under the table? Even if the killer tried to hide him, it's not like he would have stayed hidden forever. Isn't it confusing? You're absolutely right. It seems finding out what exactly happened during the blackout is key to solving the mystery. There's no way I'd know. It's so dark during the blackout, I couldn't see a thing.
That's not it.
Although, if seeing was impossible, then there is a possibility someone might have heard something. Heard something? We're talking about her? Ah. Now then, where else should I investigate?
Hajime.
Hajime, a moment? What is it?
Hey.
When we're finished with the investigation here, would you like to hear what everyone else has to say together? If I go by myself, some people might not talk to me out of caution. Well, we've been told that one of us is a killer. It can't be helped that everyone's on edge now. But why me? You're easy to talk to, and I feel like you have a sense similar to mine. We both harbor special feelings towards Hope's Peak Academy, isn't that right? Well, yeah, but... Fine, if we're going together, let's get on with it. There's no time for idle chit-chat. I'm glad. It'll be great. It'll be a great help. Special feelings, huh? Even so, when he said that about being similar, I don't think I agree.
Now then.
I guess for now we should search the inside of this old building and listen to what others have to say. Not just the dining hall, I think we should consider the whole building the scene of the crime. After all, the blackout that took place at the time would have happened throughout this whole entire building. Yeah, you're right. Alright. Oh, speaking of, hello. You're the musician, and so you might have great hearing.
I see.
Apparently a great man once said investigations should be done on foot.
Yes.
So that's why I'm using my feet. I'm just walking around for no particular reason. Well, if there's no reason, then there's no meaning. Hey, Hajime, I realized something. Could she, by any chance, know what happened during the blackout? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Are you serious?
How'd you know? So, did you hear us? Even though Hajime and I were talking pretty softly just now. Not only do I have a perfect face, style, and personality, but I also have perfect ears. I see. Oh, so you're like Piccolo. Gotcha. If your hearing is good, maybe you heard what actually happened during the blackout.
Hey.
Yeah, the blackout happened. You can hear everyone's voice throughout the dining hall, right? We couldn't tell, but would you have been able to make out who's who, right? Just leave it to Ibuki. It'd be as easy as fried rice with gravy. Huh? La 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 la. Oh, voice crack. I'll hardly eat it for breakfast. Okay. Oh, so you mean like it'll be as easy as pie, except eating fried rice with gravy for breakfast is kind of heavy. Knees weak, arms are heavy. Fried rice and spaghetti. That isn't fried rice with gravy. So wrong. Should make a metaphor with more common types of fried rice, like egg fried rice or lettuce fried rice. Anyway, can you tell us what you heard?
I got it.
Leave it to me. I'm gonna take a bite out of you.
Yep.
If you tell us, I'll let you bite Hajime later. Stop. What if she takes you seriously?
Aww.
Let's see. The first person to raise their voice in the blackout was. That's right. It was Maharu.
It's a blackout.
Ooh, that's neat. So it was all question marks before, and now Ibuki's gonna figure it out for us. Ibuki. Sorry. Next was Kazuichi's voice, and the next one was mine.
I can't see anything.
It's pitch black. My future is pitch black.
What a nice remark I made. It's to the point that it has its own unique charm. Just continue. Then there were more voices, one after the other.
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this. Ah! Don't step on my feet.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is... Ow!
Turn the damn lights on. I can't eat like this, you know.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Alrighties, that's pretty much it. Aren't I awesome? Praise me, give me lots of praise. I heard you the first time. Seriously, don't get any closer. Hey Nagito, say something to her. Hey, did something happen? No, I was just thinking about what Byakuya said during the blackout. What Byakuya said? Why would he say something like that? Rather, why was he able to say that? What the hell? What's going on here? This is... What do you mean? About that, why don't we discuss it after we've investigated a little bit more? For now, I can't really say anything for certain. Well, it's not like I really care.
Yep.
Anyway, what do you think about Ibuki's account just now? Is it an important clue that will lead us to the truth? Then praise me. Let me bite you. Fine, go for it. Ouch, why are you really biting me? Truth bullet. Ibuki's account added. Let's go. Also, why is this locked? Huh? It's locked. Someone appears to be inside. Since it's a unisex bathroom, I don't know who's actually in there.
Hey!
Is someone in there? We knocked on the door and tried calling out to whoever was in there, but there's no response. This is going nowhere. I guess we should give up for now and check on it later. Yeah, you're right. The old building circuit breaker should be inside this office. Circuit breaker, huh? It might be related to the blackout. So it's better if we check out the circuit breaker first? There it is. This remote control is for the office air conditioner, huh? The timer is set for 11:30 p.m. Wasn't the timer of the air conditioner in the dining hall set for that time? That can't be a coincidence, right? Truth bullet. AC timer has been updated. Alright, gotcha. Circuit breaker. Oh. This must be the old building circuit breaker. The blackouts probably happened because of this.
I see.
It doesn't look like someone did anything to it. Nothing else looks suspicious either. The circuit breaker is pretty high up. Even if you use a stepladder, you won't reach it. Yeah, I totally agree. That's why it's so mysterious. Well, during the blackout, I was panicking so bad that I forgot about that, but you're right. Even with a stepladder, there's no way you'd be able to reach that circuit breaker. Which means someone must have reset the breaker after the blackout. But who? I did it!
Whoa!
It's here.
Actually,
You idiots had no idea what to do about the blackout, so I'm the only one who reset the circuit breaker.
by the way,
I'm not the one who tripped the breaker. The killer did that, of course. But how did someone as small as you reset the breaker? Well, firstly, my eyes really work really good at night, so I have no trouble seeing in the dark. And if you want to know, now that I've reached the circuit breaker, my body stretches. You know, I'm very elastic.
I won't be fooled.
Liar! I'm serious. Wanna see? Wanna see a version of Monokuma with his body all stretched out? It's gross. It's grotesque. No thanks. Just imagine it makes me want to puke. Oh, really? That's such a shame.
so
Still, don't you think Monokuma's such a nice guy? In a popularity contest, he'd take first place.
I see.
What the hell? So he's the one who reset the breaker. I kind of like heck. I actually just like the word heck, actually. Well, in that case, I'm convinced there's no way we'd be able to reach that. If that's the case, how did the killer trip the circuit breaker? If they didn't trip it or set it to be tripped... I can already tell. You doubt me, correct? Huh? However, it does not surprise me. An unexpected blackout occurred, and during that time, Byakuya was killed. Circuit breaker's in this office. Naturally, I look suspicious since I was the one supposed to be here.
Wait.
Supposed to be here? Does that mean...
I see.
So I was right. You weren't in the office. But why? Weren't you supposed to guard the circuit breaker in the Durlinim case with all the weapons in it?
Huh?
So where'd you run off to on your own? Well, that is... Uh-oh. Peko suddenly dropped to one knee and started groaning on the spot. What happened? No, I'm just not feeling too well. I apologize, but excuse me.
What the heck?
Excuse me? What was that?
Hey,
Peko, it appears the bathroom inside the old building school is occupied, so I recommend either the hotel lobby or your own cottage. Huh? Seems like I'll be in a tough... It seems like it will be a tough path. A cold sweat dripping from her forehead, Peko wobbled out of the office. What happened to her? It's kind of hard for me to say myself. I already feel bad enough for Peko as it is. What does that mean? I mean, is it cool? She didn't, like, run away or something. Because if she ran away, she's obviously the killer. I'm almost positive. Maybe you're the killer. Is that really what it is? Hey, isn't Peko the killer? Why do you think that? Well, she wandered off somewhere even though she was supposed to be in the office. When we looked for Byakuya after the blackout, I went to the office right away, but when I got here, she was gone. I shouldn't say this too loudly or else Miss Sonia will yell at me. Peko's probably the one who tripped the circuit breaker and used the blackout to her advantage to kill Byakuya. I don't know who she thinks... Now, don't you think she looks kind of ruthless too, like an assassin, right? Well, it's not like you look any better. You'd probably bite Byakuya to death. Those shark teeth. Kazuichi's account has been added. Alright. That's not what I pressed. Not what I pressed at all. This, right here, thank you. This Duralinim case. It should contain all the dangerous items Byakuya collected.
hey.
Maybe we should check inside just to be safe, but it's locked.
Yep.
Byakuya had the key to this particular Duralinim case with them. Check it out, I brought it with me, so there's no need to worry. Is it okay to take a key without permission?
Now.
It's forbidden to tamper with the crime scene, but if we don't, we can't check inside the case, right? So I should open it. This guy, he doesn't feel any remorse. Click.
See?
See? Let's open. Forks, knives, kitchen skewers, or knives, iron skewers, and various tools and are crammed inside. But it's not impossible the killer took anything from here, because the key to this case was inside the case. Because the key to this case was inside the case Byakuya had with him. I guess you're right about that. Now then, I guess we're done in the office, don't you think so? We should get going for now. Yep. There's something I wanted to ask you. What is it?
It is strange.
It appears that only the wall is a different... It appears that only that wall is a different color and material. Why is that?
Perhaps.
Oh, it's probably a fire door. Fire door? You've never seen one before? It's a door that shuts to keep fire from spreading by containing it. If that happens, you can run away, right?
Wow.
I see, it looks like a barrier, just like lining up plastic bottles around the house. That's only done to keep cats from getting in. You know about keeping cats from getting inside, but you don't know about fire doors?
I am ashamed.
Truly, I am culturally ignorant. I am ashamed of myself. Fire door has been added. Isn't it amazing? That meat is so big. Even I was shocked. It's a dish fit for a tropical island. I'd never be able to get the meat like this in a yama? Oyama? Or Azabu. I'd never be able to get meat like this in my hometown, much less a Aoyama and Azabu. I get it, you don't have to repeat yourself, but it's so big. Where'd you get it? I asked Nekomaru. Apparently he killed the cow at the ranch with his bare hands and brought it over. His bare hands? That's a little hard to believe, but it doesn't seem completely impossible either. Those hands of his, they look like they're specialized in punching things. I want to get punched by those hands. Seriously, Nekomaru's so wild. He's totally right at home in a country setting. I'm so jealous. My hometown is near Aoyama and Azubu. So wild country, like things like that, they slip my mind a lot, you know? Well, I guess this meat has gone to waste since his awfulness happened right when the party started. The only ones who ate any food were Tane and Peko, who took some portions for herself. Don't say that. After I worked so hard to cook the world's most refined party dishes, the only 2 people actually tasted them. Well, it's not like I actually believe it, but if there really is a killer out there, I'll probably never be able to forgive the killer. He's scary when he's mad. Party dishes have been added. Alright, what do you have to say, buddy? Hey, were you in the kitchen during the blackout, Teru? The blackout totally startled me. At first, I thought it was just the kitchen. When I finally managed to get out of the kitchen, the hallway was pitch black too. And then I heard everybody's voices, so I foamed along the wall and tried to feel my way to the dining hall. But that place was pitch black too. It was, like, pitch black everywhere. Couldn't you have used that kitchen stove as a light? No. That's impossible. The gas stove needs electricity to work, so it was directly affected by the blackout. I see. Then I guess it's not possible. Since you work with fire in the kitchen, I figured you'd be able to use it as a light source or something, but I guess it's not that easy. Teruto's account has been added to the truth bullets. Huh.
Hey.
Since we've come all this way, let's investigate this area just for the heck of it. There's a chance there might be some sort of clue here. Ah, the menu list, huh? Byakuya must have confiscated all the dangerous items on this equipment list. Well, just from reading through this list, it looks like the knife next to Byakuya's body didn't come from the kitchen. It appears to have been brought from outside. From outside? Then how did the killer get past Byakuya's body check?
That's weird.
Strange, isn't it? I mean, he didn't even go easy on the girls. He was performing the pat-downs. If that's the case, he probably brought the knife in advance and hid it somewhere. Still, it's surprising how much equipment this kitchen has. There are iron plates for barbecuing and even a portable stove for cooking hot pots. A portable stove? Well, wait, wouldn't a portable stove... Well, if it's not a microwave, it might still light up. If it's portable, it wouldn't need electricity to run... Hold on, my mind's going places. I should stop, sorry. This is all stuff that doesn't pertain to the murder, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I agree. I don't know if I agree. Hang on, pause. Would a portable stove light up? Because if a portable stove would light up, that contradicts what... Well, the portable stove wasn't moved though, right? Even if it's portable, it's still here. So I guess my mind was kind of going with like, couldn't Teru have seen then in the dark after all, because he could have just used the portable stove light, right? He didn't bring it with him to go to the dining hall, of course, but he could have still used it to not be scared of the dark, right? So that I guess it doesn't matter when it comes to the killer and stuff, but that just seems contradictory a little bit, doesn't it? Like, he would know about a portable stove. He's the ultimate chef, right? That's pretty much finished the investigation in the kitchen for now. Nagito, let's get going.
You're right.
Sure thing. They want us to be suspicious of Peko. And usually in stuff like this, it's not the person you most expect, and it's not the person you least expect. So it's not Peko, who we most suspect. Who do we, like, least expect, I guess? Mahiru? Ibuki? Some of them we least expect. It's like the middle suspect. So you're middle suspect, right? You know what? You might have done it. I don't know what your motive would have been, but you might have done it. Because you have a portable stove. You could have used the portable stove to do something. So you're my now prime suspect. Does it make sense? No. Yeah, you can't stab somebody with a portable stove, I don't think. These games are wild. Maybe you can. How come Byakuya was able to say something like that in the darkness? Like, what the heck? What's going on here? Or this is... It makes me wonder. Bow, 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 bow. All right. Well, if we're gonna assume, if we're gonna just force it and say Tero's our suspect as we go through, now we can decide. And that way, when I'm wrong or something, you guys can yell at me and say, "Haha, you idiot." But now, you know, I didn't do that a lot in the first game where I said who I was suspicious of, and then like played hindsight hero either. And now it might be better this way because then it's like at least I'm putting my neck out there and saying I think this person did it, and then they didn't do it, or they did do it, right? We'll see. The storage room is really dusty and dark. My hands are fully clean in the dining hall, so I couldn't even touch this room. It even has cobwebs. There's no way I could stay in here for a long time. Oh, there's a lot in here, huh? Oh, these are irons. It looks like they were recently turned on, but why are there 3 irons on this iron board? Just as I thought, your eyes don't miss a thing. When I was looking for Byakuya after the blackout, I find these irons, but when I found them, all 3 of them were turned on. Turned on?
Yep.
It'd be bad if another blackout happened, so I turned them off, but doesn't that feel kind of sinister? Like the Inferno, or like the furnace in the first game, huh? They were all turned on? Irons in the storage. Irons? Iron like iron plates? Iron plates like kitchen? Okay. 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 Like I said, we're just gonna make this work. Wherever I go, there are surveillance cameras all over the place. Whoever's controlling Monokuma must be monitoring us with these cameras too. It pisses me off to think we're being watched by a lunatic, but there's nothing I can do about it. There's an awful lot of boxes. We don't have time to go through each and every one of them. I guess I should leave them alone. Yep. A wise decision. There's a huge piece of cloth randomly shoved in here.
Perhaps.
This is a tablecloth? Oh, a tablecloth. Wait, huh? Hold on, there's something on it. This is a blood stain?
Huh?
It's Leon. Leon's come back. Alright, let's see. Come here, take a closer look. It's too dark, I can't really see that clearly. There's no mistaking it, this is clearly a blood stain, which means the tablecloth is connected to Byakuya's murder, right?
Well,
if that's the tablecloth has a blood stain on it, then it's a possibility. Seriously, it is a blood stain. Storage room tablecloth has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hajime.
Hey Hajime, how much longer are you going to stay in this dark place? You're just wasting your time. Yeah, let's move on to investigating other places. Ah, I get it, you're right. Alright. Sacks of clean tablecloths. It looks like they haven't been used yet. I guess there's nothing strange here. Alright. Bloodstained tablecloth.
Yep.
That's weird. Hey, it looks like you're pretty much finished looking around the old building.
Hey.
So how about we check out Byakuya's cottage? Byakuya's cottage?
Yep.
There might be clues there, so I thought it'd be good to check it out just in case. But I was scared I might encounter some danger if I went there by myself. Well, I don't really mind going there together, but aren't you worried about the possibility that someone might be that I might be in danger?
Hey.
Or I might be danger. You mean, am I worried about you being the killer? To be honest, I don't think you're the killer. In fact, I can't even imagine it. It's like, instead of living with doubt with others, it's so much better to die believing in others. Don't talk like that. We're doing this so we can live, you know?
I see.
As I thought, you are strong. You are definitely the chosen one. Chosen by Hope Speak Academy.
Alright.
Alright, let's get going. To Byakuya's cottage. Yeah, I don't know why, but every time we talk, I don't know how I'm supposed to react. The moment I left the old building, there was a strange scene unfolding before me.
Hey, what are you doing?
What am I doing, you
It's morphin'
say?
time.
Ha! Now that is truly a foolish question.
I like Gundam.
We're just checking to see if we can get under the floor from here.
Under the floor? Why?
Who said it was futile? Who decided it was impossible?
I like Gundam.
How did you know I cannot recover my earring?
If it is possible to get under the floor, it'll change our understanding of the murder, I think. So I thought it was important to check it.
That's not a dumb idea.
see.
It's not a dumb idea. I see. Under the floorboard, huh? I never considered thinking of it like that. What do you mean?
See?
Come on, think about it.
Hey,
The carpet laid didn't reach the table where we found Byakuya's body, right? And the dining hall floor had huge gaps between the floorboards. Then is it possible the killer killed Byakuya by stabbing him from beneath the floor?
Yep.
That's what I thought, so I'm trying to see if we can get under the floor from here. Well, I guess it's not possible to get under the floor from outside. The building is surrounded by a firm fence, so there's no way to sneak around the floor from there.
but
Even so, I couldn't find a way to get under the floorboards from inside the building either. Do you think there's a possibility that there's a hidden hole somewhere? No, that's not possible. Are you sure? At any rate, it seems we can't get under the floor from outside the building. That's a relief. Relief? Why? Because if we could get on the floor from the outside, there'd be one logical suspect. The only person who didn't come to the party and also doesn't have an alibi. Oh, you're right. Fuyuhiko.
So...
I suspected him too. That's why I was checking to see if it's possible to get from the floor from the outside.
Well...
Speaking of which, not long after I began guarding the entrance, Fuyuhiko came here. Huh? He did?
Huh?
What happened, Fuyuhiko?
Huh?
Oh, hey, what are you doing here, all alone in a place like this?
Yep.
I'm standing guard so Monokuma doesn't come inside.
Huh.
How diligent of you.
Hey.
You're not coming to the party?
What are you saying?
Heck no, not even if you paid me. Parties are stupid, they make me want to puke. You want to come to the party, right? Isn't that why you came here? Of course not. I was just going for a darn walk. What? Do I have to report to you every time I want to go for a walk?
That's wrong.
No, it's not like that, but... Then leave me alone. And then he just left. So that happened, but why didn't he come here? Or why did he come here?
See?
He probably wants to be part of the group, but he can't be honest about it. He believes he's different from everyone else. That's why he's always alone.
Hey.
He's like the main character of an RPG. Have you played those before? I have. When do we start talking about video games? Chiaki's account has been added.
I see.
Even though we don't really know what he's thinking, I don't think we have any reason to doubt him.
I'm glad.
That's a relief, I'm glad. You keep saying you're glad, but we have no idea who the killer is. I do. I just, for a really wild reason. I guess for now, we should stick to the plan and head over to Byakuya's cottage. As long as the probability is greater than 0, that will suffice. I will mostly assured reclaim the Hellhound earring from my own 2 hands. Seems to be no interest in investigating. I guess for now, I've discovered the building's surrounded by firm fences, so there's no way to sneak into the floor from there, I think. Also,
Yep.
Fuyuhiko came by not long ago after the party started. Alright, Byakuya's cottage. Oh, speaking of, look who's here. What the heck? Didn't I tell you to leave me alone? That's not happening. Did you hear Monokuma's announcement? Of course I did. Apparently Byakuya's the one that got killed. So what? What did you say? Do you think I'm the killer? Think whatever you want. I'm used to being mistrusted. It's not what I'm... Whatever, just tell me what you were doing while everyone else was at the party. Checking my alibi, eh? Well, I don't have one. I was just chilling in my college, all by myself during that time. The whole time? Because Chiaki said she saw you in front of the old building.
Shut up! Jeez.
It's true, I went for a little walk, and then just by chance ended up passing the old building. Were you really going for a walk? Don't tell me you were actually trying to join the party.
Don't fuck with
Why the heck would I do that? It's a coincidence. A coincidence. Alright, I got it. It's locked.
Hey.
I guess we need to ask him for help. And so, Nagito took a deep breath. Hey, Monokuma.
Did you call me?
Yep, we did. Nagito, when did you train Monokuma?
Hey.
Hey, Monokuma, I was wondering if you could do us a favor. There's something we need to investigate.
What's this?
Huh? Who are you talking to? That's just my after image. When I get serious, my after image is unleashed. I can even play soccer by myself as long as I have this cloning technique. Though it'd be boring to play alone. I don't have time for this. Just hurry up and open Byakuya's cottage.
Well,
This is for the class trial. It's something we really need. For the class trial?
This is
If it's for the class trial, there's no way I can refuse. Now then, there's only one spell that can open these doors. Oh.
I'll leave the rest to you.
See? I unlocked the door. Now you can investigate to your heart's content. Why does it always open with a magic spell? It's probably powered by electricity. At any rate, that performance is a waste of time. I see. I guess we should go inside then.
you're right.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
No.
I guess this, huh? There's an envelope on the table. It's a letter someone sent to Byakuya?
That's weird.
There's no cinder. It looks pretty suspicious.
Hajime.
You should check what's inside. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. Uh-oh. This is...
This is...
a crime warning? No. It says be careful. It's probably a threatening letter. Regardless, who would send something like this? Maybe.
Hey.
This is why Byakuya decided to throw a party? Huh? The first kill will happen tonight because someone made this threat to Byakuya. He gathered everyone in one area and was extremely cautious about all the dangerous items. He was trying to create a scenario in which everyone could monitor each other. He thought if he did that, nobody would be able to kill anyone, so he believed this crazy letter? He couldn't ignore the possibility of this happening, even if it was just a worst-case scenario. Remember what Byakuya kept saying, how he wouldn't let anyone become a victim? He couldn't overlook a slim possibility just to keep his promise. And then why did he keep it a secret? If he had just told us, he probably couldn't. He probably thought that was the worst-case scenario. What do you mean? If everyone knew that what was in the letter, whether it's a lie or not, everyone would have likely begun to doubt each other, and at that point, there'd be no turning back. So Byakuya tried to do something like this all by himself without telling anybody. His strong sense of responsibility is the only explanation I can think of. The bro Yakuya. Anyway, whoever sent Byakuya this letter also killed him. Is that what you're saying?
Sorry.
No, this could be a prank, and it might have nothing to do with Byakuya's death at all. What was that? And suddenly became really quiet. I see, he doesn't want to believe one of us could be the killer. But still, we've come all this way here, and it's the only thing I can think of. The person who wrote this letter murdered Byakuya. If that's the case, that person completely predicted how Byakuya would react once he received it, right? They planned to manipulate Byakuya and killed him right before our eyes. And that old building... Dang it, who the heck would do that? Alright.
Hey.
Hajime, there's probably not much time left until the cross trial starts, probably. Which reminds me, you asked Mahiru for a favor earlier, right? Yeah, I wanted to find out where everybody was standing before the blackout. She's probably finished by now. You're coming with me, right?
Sorry.
Sorry, that's all on you. Huh? I need some alone time. I'd like some time to collect my thoughts. I see, I understand.
Hey.
Also, if you're going back to the old building, you should hear what Mikan has to say as well. I think the results of her autopsy should be done by now. I'll see you later. He was pretty pale. I wonder if he's okay. But now's not the time for me to worry about Nagito. There isn't much time left. I better hurry over to the old building. Alright, you little rabbit. Too cruel. This is too cruel. Oh yeah, I might as well ask her about the old building's windows. Hey, do you have a sec? I wanted to ask you something. I don't want to. I don't want to help you guys distrust your friends. The heck? It's not like we're going to do this because we want to. No, that's not the time to fight about stuff like this. More importantly, do you know what the old building's windows are covered by iron plates? Iron plates? Irons? Kitchen? I've covered them up so nobody makes the mistake of going inside since it's dangerous because of the renovation. I see, renovations, so that's why you cover them up? Because it's dangerous to go inside. Danger isn't supposed to exist on this island. It isn't supposed to be. But why did it get like this? It's cruel. Too cruel. Just because it's cruel doesn't mean you can just keep crying like that. Crying won't solve anything. We have to do this no matter what, dang it. Uh-oh. What the heck was that loud voice just now? I feel so lighthearted right now. I, Nekomaru, have been reborn. I have no intention of losing anymore. Losing to who? I won't lose to anyone, not even my past self. That sounds cool and all, but what are you even talking about? What? I don't know who was behind it, but someone tried to make me a... Oh. A scoundrel was occupying the bathroom before the party was about to start. Now that you mention it, you said something like that shortly after the party started. I've been trying to use it many times, but the door won't open at all. Now, if you think I'd be angered by something like that, you've all underestimated nerve and patience. Do all and achieve all with one's presence of mind. That's the goal of a true leader. In other words, a leader must never falter in any situation, but I've always had always have the presence of one's mind. He says that, but I'm pretty sure he's shaken by that whole ordeal. Oh well, best not to go into it. Anyways, so you're saying the bathroom door was shut before the party started to after the blackout.
So what I mean
And the bathroom was finally occupied after Byakuya's body was found. That's about how long that lasted. He said, what does that sound stupid and irrelevant, but I should remember it just in case. Nekomaru's account has been added. If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit of what I want to say. Did you find out anything? I tried, within reason, to perform an autopsy on Byakuya's body, and I discovered that there were several puncture wounds around Byakuya's chest and abdominal region. Deep wounds, deep enough to reach his lungs and internal organs. I can assume that a very thin, sharp object around 5 millimeters in diameter was used to stab him over and over again, which is what I believe. Aw, that's sad. Hey, are you okay? I'm sorry, talking about it made me sad. No need to push yourself. I also got the gist of it, of what you wanted to say. I'm sorry. Still around 5 millimeters in diameter, huh? That's pretty thin. It's as thin as an ice pick, or all. Or what? Mikan's autopsy results.
Hey!
Hey, you're here. Where the heck did you wander off to? I wasn't wandering, I was investigating as much as I could. I see. Well, if you weren't slacking off, then I guess it's fine. So, did you find anything? Yeah, sort of. You don't sound too sure.
Hey.
Well, just take a look at this. Just as you told me, using the 2 photos I took before the blackout. I tried to pinpoint where everyone was standing. When I did, this diagram was a result. This is everyone standing in position before the blackout. Everyone's pretty much in the dining hall, except Teru. Why is he in the kitchen? Because he was cooking up a scheme to murder somebody. Look. I made this diagram before analyzing the photos, I'm pretty sure, because, like, they're the obvious suspects, so it's not them. Just as I thought, Byakuya was standing in the far distance from the table. It's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to move that far during the blackout. What's this line extending from the table where Byakuya was killed? It's the desk lamp. I drew a power cord for it just in case. The power cord for the desk lamp? If that cord is extended from the table where Byakuya was killed, that means...
Hey.
So did you find something? I'm not clear to me yet, but... I guess you're right. I didn't understand it myself when I was drawing it. I have a feeling that it's either a potential clue or just a waste of labor. No, it wasn't a waste at all. Huh? It's not clear to me yet, but there's no mistake that a clue is hidden here. An extremely important clue. Really?
Alrighty, guys! It's finally time! That's right! It's time for the long-awaited class trial!
If you say so.
Now then, I shall tell you all the meeting place. At the central island of Jabberwock Island, there is a mountain with my adorable face carved into it. That, my friends, is Monokuma Rock. Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. I'll see you soon.
Monokuma Rock. Can my voice not, A mountain with carvings of Monokuma's face at the central island? Heck. Huh?
Are you kidding?
What the heck is that mountain? When did that even get here? Never mind that. How did it even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma?
No way.
That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all this. You mean what Byakuya said before, right?
You are right.
Byakuya, we still need his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. Byakuya. What happened to Gundam and Fuyuhiko? Now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
I got it.
I know, they probably ran away.
No way!
Aw, heck no. There's no way I'd let them escape, Look, I dragged this one over here.
Don't fuck with me!
I'm telling you, let me go.
Hey!
Hey now, if you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up. Hey, Fuyuhiko, what were you doing this whole time? Nothing, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that Fat got killed. Who cares about that anyway? Why do you say something so irresponsible? We've been doing our best to investigate this murder even though we don't want to do it just to survive. Maharu, that's enough. You too, Fuyuhiko. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam?
What happened?
I am right here.
Now then,
Remember this well. The main character arrives when he intends to. Huh?
Okay.
It seems you noticed too. If I did, then I'm right.
Well now.
Alright, now that everyone's all together, let's take this secret entrance to the trial field. Please wait a second.
What's this?
My, Monami. Just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you.
What?
Huh? Do you actually want to join in? Do you want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought, Markiplier.
Special breeding service!
Oh, well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow you your special participation.
See ya!
I'll go ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over. He told us to come, but how do we get here? You would probably know. You probably cooked up a way to the entrance, didn't you? Like you wanted to cook Byakuya or something. I don't know. I don't see any doors or vehicles.
What's going
You mentioned
on?
something about a secret entrance, was it? Secret entrance? Roar! What the? Something's shaking? This is dangerous, everyone. Please get down. Oh. Something came out? Could it be? Is he telling us to enter it?
What?
Such a suspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Naga Z is trembling in fear. That's totally suspicious. Forgive me. Seriously, just forgive me already. Why don't we stop there? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even now you flipped back to things not being real when you said you... Okay.
No way,
There's no way we'll find out the killer. Why is that?
Stupid.
Complaint won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sake. We come this far, we have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right, there's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, it'd have a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. If I could, all I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. And when each of us entered Monokuma Rock, wow, that's violent. This is an elevator? I see, this entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases. However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chatter inside my head. I soon realized that it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips so tightly so everyone couldn't hear it. It's a long ride, ain't it? There we were, listening to the unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending, and then the elevator slowly opened. Ooh, back to a courtroom setting. This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
You
The heck is he thinking, locking us in this looking place?
don't fuck with me.
Are you crazy? Don't mess with me. Complain all you like. I'm used to making it. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry and take your seats where your names are written. It looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walk to the seats that have been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent prodigy, Byakuya Brogami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility, and as we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his best to keep us together. A guy like him, yeah, I know, got murdered. Ooh. The person who did it is one of us? I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find him. We need to find out by any means necessary, because that's our only option. There's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, building with hope and despair, has begun. That's all we can do. All rise, because we're going after Teru Teru. I don't know how.
Explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Like, how do you do that voice? No, this is just Mickey Mouse. What if we pull it back? What if we pull it back a bit more? Now it's just nasally. I don't know. That's not right either.
If you vote correctly, then only the
How?
Blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Aw, just hanging around, aren't you?
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the Blackened is lurking among you.
My webcam's kind of covering this area over here. It looks really cool, actually. Maybe I move my webcam over there?
Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it?
Maybe I could do that. Like, I could flip it and scoot everything over?
By the way, this class trial is gonna be
Maybe no one will mind. Maybe by trial
fair.
2, people will comment and be like,
there's
yeah,
no
if you
need
could
to
move it.
worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
You hate me that much?
Ah, the mushrooms.
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
Well, let me just check how it looks real quick. It's not that. I thought I was covering like the faces and stuff like that. I'm like above their faces, but we're not really covering them. Okay, I can live with that.
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall? Huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
Tell him, Nagi.
The most pressing issue on our minds?
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the table in the dining hall. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can do that... No, thinking if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. I recognize this music. Knife. Gaps in the floorboard. Bloodstained table.
Why was Byakuya's
Alright, I
body
usually let it run through first,
in a place like
so we can just hear the conversation in general.
His body was underneath the table, at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
I don't think so.
Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
I think I know this one, but like I said, I like letting it go so that way people are like, I wanted to hear the conversation.
They probably moved the body. No, that's wrong.
For some reason, I read bloodstain under the table, and I thought about the cloths in the storage room. So I was like, this is relevant, but not... Ooh.
The body.
Dang. Oh, ooh, that one hits. No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table.
Yeah, the blood splatter. I'm so stupid. I'm so... Why do you guys watch me play this? I'm so stupid.
So that's why you think it's impossible.
Jeez, this goes hard.
And here I thought I had a
I hit that
genius
early.
idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
Yeah, that's the Adam Park, the second Mighty Morphin Black Ranger and the Green Turbo and Zeo Ranger.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
It's morphin' time.
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
You would know, huh? Schemer, plotter, no.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he dive under the table.
Oh, there's a lot of talk about iron stuff. I don't know, it just feels like it's kitchen related.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
Strange, isn't it? You might know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you. The reason Byakuya dove under the table, if it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... So is it just the knife itself?
I can prove it with this.
Okay. I was thinking when they worded it that way, they were talking more about
the knife we found under the table.
like what he was doing basically the whole party long, which was confiscating stuff and checking stuff. They actually just literally were just literally asking at the very basic level of what literally was under there with him. I'm an idiot.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Who would have a knife in here? A kitchen knife, perhaps. The cook.
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Right.
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
Click, click. All right. Oh, the goggles. Duh, that's how he would have seen. Those were his goggles when he was under. Oh, okay, hold on, wait.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
Now you just gotta find the statement to shoot it.
That sounds correct.
Yes.
If that's the case,
Yeah?
during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands
Mr. Ham Hands, man.
must have seen the killer take the knife.
Put some respect back on his name.
But it was super pitch black!
It was so dark I couldn't see my food.
Is it really the last one?
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark
That's
either.
it. That's it right there.
I doubt he could have seen the killer.
That's it. It's true, getting on the table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but... Yeah, I know what it is.
Can
we fast forward?
During
No.
the blackout.
No.
That sounds correct. If that's the case,
I got it. It's
during the blackout,
we need to use night
Mr.
vision
Ham
to
Hands
shoot the fact that he couldn't
must
see
have
from
seen the killer
Pecco.
take the knife.
Hang on a second.
But it was super pitch black!
Hang on. It was, but hang
It was
on.
so dark I couldn't see my food!
Dang. You could feel food, right?
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
Yes, he could.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
No.
No,
Byakuya
Byakuya
was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table.
Yep.
He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Excuse me?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
No, because we found the case. Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Yeah, it was like a jump scare. I didn't know I was playing Five Nights at Danganronpa. Thanks. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the WASD keys. Based on the shape of the remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonal. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew towards their advantage. At the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, a number that shows your sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debates. You will lose count of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mood skews your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's arguments changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, you can skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please defeat any weak spots with the left mouse button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blades, you will not be able to cut the opponent's remarks. With the truth blade? I'm terribly sorry. It appears to have been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name will change, but if you don't think the change in feeling is important, don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the escape key during the conversation, you can see the review. Okay. Well, only good luck, have fun. Sounds like something I'm gonna fail. That's all there is to it. The Duralium case. I do know what it is, though.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Wait, what? Oh. I can't advance forward if I'm just listening. I should let Mahiru say what she wants to say, and then find a point that I can argue against.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Where's your
Oh!
proof that the killer used them?
Okay.
Because if they used night vision, they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, that's what. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words.
I don't think I did that right, but
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
I'll take it.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, he found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case.
Right,
Since he was
so,
carrying
okay.
it around before the blackout in the first place.
Right.
See, when you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It seemed like a lot of the stuff that was in that case was more like precaution stuff, like pepper spray and nightsticks and stuff.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Oh, would you?
You totally mean that in a perverted way.
Mm-hmm. The knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. The duct tape!
I see!
The duct tape! So it was duct taped.
There was
Oh!
duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh?
Duct tape.
They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Alright, that makes sense now why that was there.
So that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
Yeah, and a taser, it looks like.
That's true.
All non-lethal
He went
stuff.
above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably
envelope.
knew someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
I like
You
Gundam.
think so too, right, Hajime?
The envelope. That's right, Byakuya probably knew there was going to possibly be a murder that would occur. Because where is it? Did we go right past it? Where is it? Where? Oh, the murder threat. I was looking for an envelope.
With this.
My bad.
Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Yeah. Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this? Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent for him.
Yeah.
So, who's the someone?
Teru.
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you
Nope.
sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies. Doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
Looks like it.
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter. What do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk.
That is true.
A strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he
No.
had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? I see. A strong sense of responsibility as our leader was presented.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Bro Yakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Bro Yakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark, and because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. The paint.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark.
That is true.
In actuality, the
That's
knife
what
was
on the
found
hilt.
under the table. And the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Right.
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
Mm-hmm.
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They probably did.
Known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it.
Mm-hmm.
The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker.
That's too obvious, though.
It was you! Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
It was not.
Not the killer.
Yeah, I don't think you're the killer either.
Oh, I guess she's not.
Not even because of Terra stuff. I just think it's too obvious to be them. It can't be them.
How can you believe her so easily?
Like maybe down the road, who knows what happens with them, right? But right now, no.
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
No. By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? No. After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. We call those weak spots, if you've seen up until now, argue spots. The blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing with another person's testimony containing lies or mistakes, please fire truth bullets that provide the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullet merges with their weakness, it will become a logical sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the escape key during their arguments to review the concepts, well then good luck, have fun. Alright. Do I need to swap the chamber too, or it will just be automatic? Teru's account. No. Chaki's account. Well, no one came outside. It must be Nekamaru's then.
Peko was in the office.
That's what it has to be.
She could have caused the blackout at any time.
Nope.
That's impossible.
I don't know how it's Nekamaru's account, though.
Huh? Why is it
But
impossible?
it's process of elimination.
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What
Ah.
happened to your guard duty?
Oh, because he was the one that said that someone was in the bathroom before the blackout and before the party.
Oh, you weren't
I
in
got
the
it.
office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
I see now. Okay. Just listen to Peko's testimony. It's not weird to doubt her, but I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony.
Since Peko was in the office,
Yeah. It is Nekamaru.
she
Okay.
could have caused the blackout at any time.
Nope.
That's impossible. Huh? Why is it impossible?
It's impossible because she was the one in the bathroom.
Because I was not in the office.
Yep.
Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
Ooh, consent. Consent's great.
No.
Consent is
Peko's
absolutely
telling the
wonderful.
truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
And it's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started, and it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually
Everyone else besides Pekka was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
Right.
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom
Except
except
Pekka. It was her. Okay.
I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
I would have cleared some stuff up.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
No, no one cares in a situation like this. Yeah, okay, you were the one in the bathroom. Big deal.
She locked herself in the bathroom for that long? There's no doubt. It's shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners? Or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry. The smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
She ate the food. What? Byakuya ate some of the food. Akane ate some of the food. I'm trying to think about how people were affected that ate the food. One was stuck in the bathroom. I guess, did Nekomaru eat the food? Because maybe that's why? Or is that just his thing, period? Akane didn't get sick, but I don't think she can. And then Byakuya died.
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Yeah, I feel like it's not them.
How did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited? Seriously, stop it.
Thank you. At least people call him out on it.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Oh.
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pekko's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Make your argument. So the party dishes? Let's see what we have to say first. Let's see what people have to say.
Did you eat anything weird?
The food?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it...
Mm-hmm.
You brought food to the office, right?
Yeah. The party
Just
dishes.
a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
He did! Thank you,
I wouldn't do
Ibuki!
anything like that.
Let's go!
Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Alright, Hajime, help me out here. Whether Pekko's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. We need to clarify that first.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
I guess party dishes.
Now that you mention it...
I'm guessing party dishes, but I don't know which one to
You
shoot.
brought food to the office, right?
Team
little bit
Ibuki,
from
let's
the
go.
dining
That just backs up what I'm saying.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
No,
Taro cooked
wait.
the food. How suspicious!
Do we shoot? Okay, so do we shoot
wouldn't do anything
laxatives
like that.
because other people ate the food like Akane and didn't get
Laxatives would ruin
sick?
the taste.
We shoot laxatives because Akane, well, if no one else, she did and she didn't get sick.
Might have been some laxatives in it, don't you?
No, that's wrong.
It's not a dumb idea though, but we can disprove it.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
Yeah,
If
that,
the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
is that so?
Apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Cease this bickering.
Ooh.
Let's just dismiss Pekko's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout. Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
No one holds back in this series, huh?
Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how the blackout occurred. Irons in the storage room. Ah. Thank you for just giving me it right off the table, because, like, those probably helped overload the breaker.
And how did they do it?
Mm-hmm.
If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
I can answer that.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
No.
Maybe they used a remote control?
Nope. Nagito. My boy. My boy.
Probably messed with the breaker.
Tell him, Nagi. Yeah, they did.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters. Or maybe they caused a power surge?
Yeah. They
I
did.
bet it's really Monokuma's fault.
Huh.
By the way, I'm not a trashy skank.
Poor Mikon.
Power surge?
Yes.
I agree with that.
Consent.
It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge.
Yes.
Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Yeah.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout. When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Oh, no. No.
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
Dang it, not this again.
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout?
Trigger Happy Havoc, the blackout.
That's inexcusable!
Why?
People in the dining hall weren't able to. The irons caused the blackout.
That's what I've been trying to do. I swear I was trying to do it. So usually when you're rotating the bullets, you can use the Q and E buttons to go either direction. The E button was not one of the ways to rotate it. You could only use the Q, which might be why the mouse wheel was giving me trouble too, because I was trying to rotate through the bullets and it wouldn't. Okay. Future note, just remember that for those ones, you can't go both directions, you just go one. Okay.
The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
The air conditioners!
The timers.
Yeah, there's an air conditioner in the dining hall.
11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham Hands died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout.
Yeah.
I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
That's just like me when I find a big word. I'm like, let me just use it. It just sounds good.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it. Dun dun dun! Is she right?
What?
Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet!
I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. Even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
It's true.
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins.
Yeah, is that right,
That's
Makoto?
what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
What do you mean what happened?
What do you mean?
Well, You have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
That's not good.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
No.
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior.
I mean, of course it's not, but we're in a situation.
Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is.
Yes, we do.
I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
None of us do, but we have to.
I don't want to do this either.
Yeah, you do. Buddy.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I wanna go home and
jeez.
eat
Good
candy.
going.
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Yeah.
Who cares? Let's just give up already.
No, that's not an option.
There are
Who
no
is this
clues
guy?
that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong,
Ooh, thank you, Chiaki.
I think.
Did you say something?
We've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
Thank you, Chiaki. See how everything falls apart when you don't have a carry, but then when the carry shows up, everything is back on track?
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
That is true.
Didn't we already cover that? They use glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before? Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? Even if they had obtained the knife by relying on the glowing from the paint in order to do that, they need to get close to the table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. Mahiru's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right?
Oh.
Here it is.
Oh. Oh, well, would you look at that? Who's closest to the cord and who might be trying to derail everything? Teru. Just as I thought, this diagram is a clue. Who the killer is and how they're able to move to the table in the dark. Because they would use the cord to just feel their way to the... Okay. Maybe it's not Teru, y'all. Maybe it's not Teru. First, we discuss how the killer's able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. What is this? The lamp.
Here!
Yeah.
The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
Yeah.
Desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
Nah, shut up and listen. Be educated.
Blackout. There's no way the
All of
killer
you.
could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the cord. They used the cord. It's Byakuya from...
I can prove
It's the first game all over again with the... Oh,
Turn
wow.
the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Yeah.
Power cord?
Byakuya can't escape power cords.
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing
Yeah.
that, the killer was able to move to the table and use the glowing paint to find the knife.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Yeah, you got some explaining to do, buddy. You got some explaining to do, buddy. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Man, come on, Makoto.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Yeah.
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
Mm-hmm.
That's just a coincidence.
No, it's not.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the knife on the table was right before the blackout when he was cleaning.
I see! Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning?
All morning.
If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I already prepared a drawing because I assumed something like this would happen. If you got the trouble preparing this, just what do you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was
he's
part of
he's
your
ready to
plan
beat him up.
too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Uh-oh.
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
Yeah, dude, defend yourself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I guess we did say something.
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! Ah, how wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Huh?
Those eyes. We've seen those eyes before. At that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who
The
hid the
Gray
knife under
Man.
the
Y'all
table
can't
before the
keep
party
letting the
started.
Gray Man come back and get away with this. Lock him up. He needs to go. How does the Gray Man just keep coming in to all of these incidences and just plotting everything and killing everyone and just walking free? It's not like he looks like your average Joe. He clearly stands out in the eyes of everyone except apparently no one. No one wants to look at this guy ever. So maybe that's how. They go into JCPenney's, they see a mannequin and it's actually just him. He just hid, but you're not gonna know because why not? He can't keep getting away with this. It's not possible.
I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark.
Mm-hmm. I like how it keeps turning into him. That's kind of funny.
And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
A little?
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, we all saw how that played out. With a twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery.
No.
Byakuya performed admirably.
You're definitely crazy. You definitely need a doctor's note. But I actually think that maybe you did do some of that, but I'm not entirely convinced that the way these games are, this can't be the end. I know the first trial is the shortest, but it's not this short.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Lie? That's outrageous. There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys. I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. I'm too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope. Too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
What do you mean, just like you?
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
Yes, it is. I raise you. You say Friday the 13th. I raise you one. Wade's Death in House of Wax, 2005. This guy, is he the real Nagito?
Hey, Nagito. If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Oh yeah, be careful.
I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
Mine's is.
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
Then how about that old looking building near the hotel? Well, if it's just cleaning, leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at it.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there and rather full of cobwebs, and I was busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't have time to clean the storage room. If you stayed in there for a long time, I think that'd be bad for your health. In that case, why don't you guard the case in the office?
Oh, I get it. If Peko was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions, it was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
Luck. He's the ultimate lucky
I
student.
see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
Nagito's talent. I believe his talent is the ultimate baby face, ultimate unlucky student, ultimate lucky student.
I see! You're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
They did.
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
Yeah.
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks. But I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
I'm left with the red mark. For someone called the ultimate lucky student, it doesn't seem very lucky right now. In fact, they were.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. But it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just like I wanted.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed, the despair breaks. It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this cycle.
Please, Monokuma! Please, wait!
Uh-oh.
Huh? The fuck?
How should I put this? It is...
See? Sums up, and even she knows sums up.
What do you say?
It's never that straightforward.
Hasn't he?
I already know that, but... there's just something a little strange.
If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke.
I'm sorry. For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, probably.
But we know who the killer is.
Do we? Is that still on the table after all? You know, table, cooking.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
Ah, so we can't shoot the white noise with a silencer? Like the first game? Ah, Ibuki's account? Maybe we gotta let's let it run through first. Here, hold on. It's the autopsy report because he was stabbed multiple times with the knife.
Obviously Nagito!
Wait.
He has already confessed.
You know,
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with the knife he hid.
No, the knife wasn't thin enough. No, no, you're right. No,
Wasting our time, skanky bitch!
no,
Let's prepare to cast our votes.
no, because she's the murder weapon. In the autopsy report, they were stabbed with something super thin. The knife ain't thin enough.
He killed Byakuya with the knife.
No,
No, that's wrong.
I can't believe I forgot that. And that was only like an hour ago.
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Nikon?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
but based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
Yeah.
5 millimeters in diameter?
Yeah.
That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Couldn't have been the knife.
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse.
Not a whorehouse! Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Nikon? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't
Wasn't
blame me.
wasn't
Nikon's the one who said it.
wasn't one of the kitchen thingies missing on the list? And it was like, oh, it must have been forgotten. Who said that it must have been forgotten? Was it Byakuya? Maybe it was Byakuya actually, but I'm thinking it was Teru.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You actually.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Yep.
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to
Wouldn't
hide?
Ibuki know? Because she could hear stuff?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off. What happened during the blackout?
Yeah.
Ugh! If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Not what we need right now.
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
For real?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight.
Then we'll use our
Don't
ears.
you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me? No, that's not it. Not it? What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight. No, that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. Ibuki. Ibuki.
I can prove it with this.
Let's go.
Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
Oh, real?
Yep.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this.
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on. I can't eat like this, you know.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Was it?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck.
You've cut me deep with your knife of truth.
However,
I like how no one else
after hearing
really
what
takes any of their
Byakuya and Nagito
bullying
said in the
bullcrap.
dark,
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
it almost sounds like Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened.
Huh?
As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
Yeah, so it's not you. So Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife. Then he got shoved from under the table before he could even grab it. Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening from what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I couldn't interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, it sounds like exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint. I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on. Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know. You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
Yeah.
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth.
What other word is brimming with so much despair? But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward. Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really the Nagito I knew before? No, there's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him, but this whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now is not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible. Because if we don't, we will die here. Trial suspended? Now then, the class trial has reached its climax, but... Okay, here's a question for you. What's this? To those of you who have figured out who it is, how about you try to guess the killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the killer right will have their save data melt away like butter, but if you guess right, I'll reward you with $10 billion. 10 billion? Of course, for those who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue on. Now then, left mouse button to continue on, B to guess the killer challenge. I kind of want to guess the killer, because I think I know the killer, because I'm just going to wing it, but I don't actually know what the B button translates into, so I guess we'll just continue on. Just kidding, you can't make a choice. There's no way you'd be able to guess who the killer is. Of course,
there's no $10 billion either.
10 billion smackaroos.
You're so evil.
Villain, you truly are a villain.
Well, what now? If the knife isn't the murder weapon, there's no definitive proof that I'm the killer.
Shut up! We'll be the judge of that.
You say you were shoved away, but you can't actually prove it, right?
That's right. Even if a different weapon was used, it does not mean Nagito has been cleared of suspicion.
But there's another reason why I don't think Nagito is the killer.
There's still more?
Based on what we've discussed, Byakuya was killed under the table, right?
Right.
Is there something wrong with that?
Well, even if that's true, I feel Nagito looks, clean.
Nobody's ever complimented me on my appearance before. Not even my own mother.
Yo, same.
I'm not talking about your looks.
Does Mikan think Nagito looks clean? Because there's no blood on Nagito, because Nagito doesn't have any dust in him, because he doesn't have any injuries, and because he doesn't have the knife. No, there's no blood. There's no... The tablecloth I was thinking of at the very beginning of the trial.
Are you trying to say something like, why didn't Nagito have any bloodstains on him?
Yes, that's it. Because under the table, there was a lot of blood splattered everywhere.
And he didn't have any on him. And he was in the room when the lights came back on, too, so it's not like he left and changed and...
There were even blood stains on the inside of the tablecloth.
Mm-hmm.
If he stabbed Byakuya to death, it's strange he did not get splattered with an appropriate amount of blood.
I didn't get any blood on me? That is weird.
You just used something to block the blood, didn't you?
Something that might have been used to block the blood splatter. What do you think it could have been?
The cloth. The one that I thought earlier that I was wrong.
Used? Isn't that right, Hajime?
You know, one thing I can think of that I used to block the blood splatter. Where is it? Where is it? This.
I can prove it with this.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the bloodstained tablecloth we found in the storage room, right?
Right.
If there are bloodstains on it, that settles it. Nagito used the tablecloth to block the blood splatter.
But that was found in the storage room, right? Are you suggesting he hid it there after the murder?
You mean after the lights came back on? What would he have done if we'd seen him?
That's true. The tablecloth was pretty big. So even if you tried to hide it and take it with you...
Wearing a tablecloth, going under the table, getting a knife in a blackout, and stabbing someone. That's not just impossible for someone like me. Wouldn't it also be impossible for you guys too?
Yeah.
Then what does it mean?
It means you did it. You did it because you wanted to roast Byakuya, Brogami.
Maybe the killer didn't necessarily stab Byakuya under the table.
No, there's no mistake that the murder occurred under that table.
Even the inside of the tablecloth was bloody. So
I don't think that's what Chiaki means, actually.
Byakuya was killed there. But that doesn't mean where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are the same, right?
Right.
I don't understand at all.
The place where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are different?
You look like you're onto something.
Really? But it sounds like a riddle. I feel like I'm onto something, but it's still not clear what that is.
Under the table, but not under the table. If it's somehow possible, it's the only way that makes sense.
The gaps in the floorboard.
Moving forward, we should put aside all unnecessary preconceptions and just choose the answer. I think.
Let's just do this, and then we'll just, figure it out, or we'll die. So, first and foremost, what is? Let's see. Under the floor. Ah. So we want to stop stuff from colliding, huh? Under. Ah. That's interesting. Oh, that E's looking kind of fast. I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't be fast. Get out the way. Get out. Oh, get out the way. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like any of this. Wait. Ah, heck. Oh, okay. Improved. Gotcha. I understand now. Kind of. I need another T. I really need another T. Quickly. Well, yeah, I need another T. That's gonna collide. They're gonna crash. It's... Alright, now I need an H. Give me an H! It's under the floor. It's 100% under the floor. Alright. H. Okay, thank you. Alright. Ah, that was close. Man, now you're just being rude. Ah. Well. Jeez. Okay. I just need an R. Ah, I didn't think those were close enough to actually hit anything. Let's get out of here. Okay. Yeah, that was one of those things I just need to jump into it because I'll just figure it out by playing it. Ooh. I don't know if that's improved.
Got it. The killer must have
think it's
stabbed
just
Byakuya
different.
from under the floorboards.
Under the floorboards?
Mm-hmm.
The floorboards in the old building are full of gaps, and there was no carpet laid out under the table. If they stuck the weapon through one of the gaps, they could have stabbed Byakuya to death.
Okay.
If so, that means the killer was able to get under the floorboards. Where? How?
I don't know that yet, but I have a feeling there's someone here who does know.
Gundam? He got his earring back. Is that a Chiaki? I'm guessing it's Gundam, though.
You're the only one!
His earring.
Hey, Gundam. You dropped your earring in the dining hall, right?
Are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that earring.
I said, are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that Hellhound earring. You dropped it beneath the floorboard, right?
So there was enough space for stuff to fall through and get up, probably.
Just a bit longer and I would have reduced everything, including that old building, to ashes. However, it's just as the old legend said. The Hellhound earring has returned to its owner, to me!
Is it safe to say that that earring is the one hanging from your right ear? Huh? Could it be? Gundam wasn't wearing an earring during the investigation. And if he had it on by the time the class trial began,
No means he found a way.
then that means Gundam was able to retrieve his earring from beneath the floorboards during the investigation.
So, Gundam knows how to get under the floorboards.
It's understandable. After all, you fools only view the world through eyes of glass. But
I like Gundam so much.
With the power of my 4 Dark Devas of destruction, it is of no concern. True, this is the evil 4th eye. Before the might of the evil 4th eye, all visual chaos is rendered asunder.
What should I do? I'm embarrassed just listening to him.
You're embarrassed by, like, everything. You could also just, just go to sleep.
Oh! Man up and speak more clearly!
Fine, I shall tell you all. The answer was in the storage room.
Oh, was it? If you would have moved those boxes?
One of my 4 dark devas of destruction, Mirage Golden Hawk, Jumpy, has seen beyond the chaos. A secret passage of doom leading to the underground lurks beneath a large assortment of random boxes. After securing a lighter from the supermarket, I threw caution to the wind and ventured below the floorboards. And as a result of that lonesome battle, I was able to recover the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands.
Nice.
Tremble with fear, fools! Behold my power!
There he goes blabbing about power and crap. You're ridiculous. You're just a breeder, you know.
Anyway, it sounds like you can go under the floorboards from the storage room.
And that has to be how the killer did it. If the space beneath the floor is empty, it's not that far to move from the storage room to the dining hall.
I see. If they passed through the storage room, I understand why the tablecloth was put there.
The killer lurked under the floorboards during the party, and from there, stab, stab, stab!
Are you sure?
I am.
You don't like stab, stab, stab? Should it sound more fleshy, like...
I'm not talking about your sound effects. You're saying they snuck under the floorboards, but that means they would have had to leave the party, right? So, was there anyone who was able to do that?
Then whoever wasn't at the party is the killer. They must be the one who was waiting under the floorboards.
No.
Who wasn't at the party again?
I didn't participate, but I was guarding the entrance, remember? Monomi over there can be my witness, right?
Yes! This Monomi over here is your witness!
Just hanging
I
out.
believe there's no need to discuss this matter further, but I was unable to leave the bathroom.
I was in the kitchen for a long time, but I frequently went to the dining hall to deliver my dishes.
Meaning you were allowed to leave the dining hall.
The only person who wasn't at the party... Judging from the photo I took before the
It shouldn't be that hard to figure out who you guys are trying to point to.
It obviously has to be him. Yay! It's decided!
What the fuck are you saying? I'm not the killer!
Oh, really? What happened to the tough guy who was saying stuff like,
I can do it. Don't mess with me! I'll fucking kill you!
see? You're making threats again.
Yep, that's right. Things are starting to get exciting.
This trial is actually dragging a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I would have split these up if I would have known.
During the party, the killer was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
Right?
You could have stared at panties all day.
Come on, my dude.
Without going to the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know? That means you have no alibi.
I don't have no alibi, Chiaki.
The culprit is self-evident.
That means you have no alibi.
No, that's wrong!
They actually do have an alibi.
No,
Man, they're going in
Fuyuhiko
circles with this one,
definitely
huh?
has an alibi. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Oh, you're right.
What happened to Fuyuhiko? Oh, hey, what are you doing here, all alone in a place like this? I'm standing guard so Monokuma doesn't come inside. How diligent of you.
I saw Fuyuhiko after the party started. There's no way he could have been waiting under the floor before then.
You should have said that earlier, dumbass.
It's still your fault. Like, why were you even lurking around the old building in the first place?
Shut up!
Maybe there really is a secret passage to go under the floorboards from outside. And he came to spy.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Oh, no!
Wow, he got chewed out, but he looks super happy.
Regardless, it's impossible to go under the floorboards from outside. Chiaki and I already confirmed that.
And someone definitely went under the floorboards through the storage room during the party.
During the party. It was probably during the blackout. Well, if someone disappeared during the blackout,
Teru was not in any of the pictures either. Wait, hold on.
Walking down that dark hallway to the storage room is like trying to make Eggs Benedict without any eggs.
You're right. I couldn't even see the office in that darkness, and that room was much closer.
But is it really impossible?
No, it's
It
not.
might be better if we examine that possibility a little bit more.
It was super dark, you know? There's no way you'd be able to find your way to the storage room.
But I can't stop thinking about it. I feel like there's something I overlooked. For clarity's sake, once again,
We're getting close to the final stage. The blackened or the spotless? Which is superior? I think it's time to settle this.
It's not murder threat. It's not party dishes.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout.
The fire door?
Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Kitchen equipment list.
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
It definitely sounds impossible.
What if they used a light?
I agree with that.
Oh, it's all coming together. I think we're right, y'all.
You know, the killer had a light with him.
Yeah.
Oh, I was right? But where could they have found a light?
There was one nearby for sure. See? It's written on the kitchen's equipment list.
Yes, it is. Yes, sirree. 20 forks, 20 knives, 20 spoons, 5 iron skewers, 3 frying pans, 20 wine glasses. There are also iron plates for barbecue and even a portable stove for cooking hot pots. Oh, you darn dilly devil. Iron plates and a portable stove. I do recall seeing them on the shelf over there. This kitchen seems to be well kept. There should be no problems using it.
It's the portable stove.
Portable stove?
The portable stove isn't powered by electricity, and it's also small enough to carry around. So, the killer used the portable stove to move from the hallway to the storage room during the blackout.
I see. I never considered the portable stove. But there's a hole in your argument.
How so?
A hole? What kind of hole? It would be great if you could explain it to me in much more detail. Oh, I wasn't making a perverted joke or anything. It's really not a perverted joke. I'm serious.
Repeating yourself just makes it even more suspicious.
Now then, Hajime, will you battle against me?
I gladly will.
No, that's wrong.
Makoto. Jeez, I don't like this
Will
one.
you be able to break through my argument?
What does he mean battle? Sounds like he's enjoying a game or something. There's no way I'm going to lose against someone like him. Give me my blades. Bring me my swords.
I can't back down.
Is that right click or is that left click? No, that is right click. Yeah.
Wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it?
No.
Cut through those words.
That game still drives me
Nagito,
bonkers.
did you forget?
I'm so bad at
Or
it.
are you just pretending you forgot?
Huh? What are you talking about?
There should have been a wall that blocked light. I'm talking about the fire door in the hallway. If you close it, it would form a perfect wall in the hallway. Plus, the hallway rounds a corner just beyond the fire door. So even if there was a small gap in the door, as long as they passed the corner, the light still wouldn't peek out.
I see. You actually noticed the fire door. Just as expected of the ultimate.
Basically, Kazuichi was out in the hallway, so he would have seen it unless the fire door was closed so that he couldn't have seen it. Because Kazuichi went to the office to try and look at the circuit breaker.
Oh. You still don't remember your talent, do you?
Who cares about that right now?
Nagito, what are you plotting? For someone who insists he's not the killer, you are quite nosy.
I'm plotting a
Sounds
hopefully
so
less than 4-hour
scary.
episode.
If you're that angry, why don't you take a deep breath?
Going forward, class trials are going to have to be their own
Sure like
episodes,
to
of
piss
course.
us off.
How about I shut your fucking mouth for you?
Hey! It's okay if you guys fight, but I won't allow a burly brawl that might offend people. More importantly, can you hurry up and decide who's the Blackened already? Time runs out when I get bored.
Fine, I get it. You're telling me to pass the torch, right?
Pass the torch?
We're going to ask the real killer, not an imposter like me, to show themselves.
There's one person who could have done the fire doors and everything. Oh.
You're obviously the killer.
It is Teru. It's actually Teru.
You think I am? I really don't mind. Whatever conclusion you ultimates arrive at, I will accept it, no matter what it is.
Let me do it. Let me do it. I already know. I know now, I know. I'm trying to. Let me... You.
You're the only one! Teru. Could it be you?
We were right. We were right. We were right. Well, gosh.
Huh? What? What are you talking about?
You're the only one that could have moved that.
Is that true?
What are you talking about? There's no way! Of course, that's simply my assumption. So if you have an objection, please speak freely. Objection or not, why am I being treated like the killer? Because the portable stove used in the murder came from the kitchen.
You're the only one that moved out the dining hall to the kitchen.
That's it? That's the only reason you're treating me like a killer? Isn't that a little drastic? You're cruel. Cruel. Too cruel.
You, Terry. That attitude is so not like you. Or the ultimate cook to get so upset.
Call me shit.
If you fall to aspersions like this, who will be there to support the future of the culinary arts?
The future of the culinary arts?
That's right. For the future of the culinary arts, you must face this and fight it fair and square.
You're right. Yeah, that's totally right.
So what's an aspersion anyway? Is it yummy?
No.
Did you know asbestos is yummy too? You should try some later.
Nagito, why are you interfering?
Let's assume that the killer used a light, and that they used the fire door to mask that light, and that they moved to the storage room and snuck under the floorboards. Then what? It's dark under the floorboards too. So how would they be able to stab Byakuya? You're not gonna say they shined the light on Byakuya, right? The plan would have been ruined if he noticed.
That's right. What do you think about that?
There's no way you can answer, right? You personally haven't investigated what's beneath the floorboards.
But Gundam has.
If that's the case, then Gundam should know. He actually went under the floorboards.
No. Unfortunately, there was nothing related to the incident under the floorboards. The only thing I found was a strange liquid shining in the darkness, near where Byakuya's blood was dripping.
The glow-in-the-dark paint, maybe?
What? A shining liquid in the dark? That sounds super important!
If there was a shining mark like that, they would have been able to move to it in the dark, right?
Yeah.
In doing so, it might have been possible for them to use that mark to target the victim.
Yeah. The victim was targeted by a mark. What was that mark? I guess.
I can prove it with this.
Okay.
The mark you're talking about is the glowing paint that was applied to the knife, right?
Yeah.
Ah, by using the glowing paint as a target, they were able to judge where to stab even in the dark.
I see. The killer didn't target an actual person. They just struck the moment the glowing paint moved.
That would be the moment someone grabbed a hold of the knife.
So, the killer used the mark that I prepared for finding the knife as a mark for stabbing. I see. That's why Byakuya got killed when he took the knife.
But if they were able to do that, wouldn't that mean the killer knew about Nagito's plan all along?
Well, Teru!
Seriously? I don't know anything. Really, I don't know anything anything at all.
Or do you?
Then can I ask everyone a question instead?
No.
You again? Just stop already!
Now. We should give everyone a fair opportunity to speak.
If Teru is the killer, that would mean he went to the storage room during the blackout. And just what did Ibuki hear during the blackout?
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on!
You guys? Where are you? Was
Okay.
the blackout just in the kitchen?
She heard Teru's voice in the dining hall.
Doesn't that prove Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout?
Does it though?
That's right! That's exactly it!
But Teru was in the kitchen the moment the blackout occurred, right? So, why was he in the dining hall?
I thought the blackout was only in the kitchen, so I panicked and ran out of there. Of course, the hallway was dark too, but somehow I managed to move along the wall toward everyone's voices.
Did you though?
Well, it's not that far to move along the wall from the kitchen to the dining hall.
That sounds fishy.
If I remember correctly, you can tell when a person is lying by licking their sweat. So, if you want, you should try licking them.
No way! You look greasy. But I heard Teru's voice in the dining hall. Ibuki swears on her honor.
That's right. Teru was in the dining hall, not the storage room. Which means he's not the killer.
I'm not sure.
That's not it. Why? Why do you want to keep falsely accusing me? It's not like I want to blame you.
You should be so proud of yourself, Hajime. You're just progressing toward the hope you believe in. Now, Hajime, show me more of your hope. Will that be enough to crush Teru's hope?
Oh, great. It's hope versus hope. Well, this is hope versus despair, but it's hope versus hope. Oh, the gaps in the floor. You could probably just shout up through them.
Let me ask you again. Did you go to the storage room during the blackout?
There's no way I went to the storage room. I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice.
I agree.
It's handsome, unlike his face. Maybe
Dang.
he's recording or something? Nope, definitely a live voice.
Yeah.
Right, as long as I have her testimony. The fact that I was in the dining hall cannot be disputed.
That's the last one, so I took my shot on the end because it was the last part of the conversation. I usually let it go through first, but we're...
Just because we heard Teru's voice in the dining hall doesn't mean he was literally in the dining hall.
That is true.
Huh? Why? Remember the floor in the dining hall? It was full of gaps, right? So even if you shouted from under the floor, it should have sounded just like the voices in the dining hall. But
So he brazenly shouted from under the floor to make us think he was in the dining hall. Is that true, Teru?
It is.
Hold on a second.
No.
Can you explain this, Teru?
They cannot.
I told you to wait a second, ain't I? What are y'all even saying anymore? I'm telling you, I was in that there dining hall during the blackout.
Where are you from again?
I was born in West Asafu and raised in South Aoyama.
Hey, you guys! This guy's a major liar!
Yeah, it's looking like it.
Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout. He should have been there after the power returned, right?
Well, I believe so. There's no way he could have gone back and forth in that dark hallway.
Huh? Was Teru actually there during that time?
I sure was. I was there the whole damn time.
Something like this shouldn't be decided by gut instinct. People's lives are at stake.
Damn right. You guys should have been deciding this on the spot with your hazy memories.
His accent is getting even worse. He's definitely lying.
However, I am not sure. I believe that he was there, and I believe that he was not there.
No! Is there any way we can decide?
Why don't we consult his memories?
Oh no. His memories?
Yeah, don't be saying things like that. Don't make no sense. Can you even prove I wasn't in the dining hall? Probably can. Oh, you again.
Whether or not Teruteru's in the dining hall during a blackout, in order to know for sure, I just need to throw that question at him. No way. It's one of the few things we haven't used really all thing long.
I can prove it with this.
No way. They actually made that.
If you're claiming that you were in the dining hall when the power came back, then you should know how Mikan was positioned at the time. Right?
What? No! Don't make me remember! It's so embarrassing!
No, this is a very important question. Well, Teru, if you were really in the dining hall at that time, you should know the answer to that.
Huh?
It was a pretty clever way of tripping. There's no way you'd forget about it so easily.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I showed you something so unsightly. How about it? You can't answer, Teru?
It wouldn't. You're too perverted. It would not have slipped your mind.
There's no way it would slip from your mind.
Thank you.
Especially not a pervert like you.
Even so, Nagito, say something.
I guess you might have to give up now.
Give up? What do you mean, give up?
Teru. I'm disappointed too, you know. It's lonely watching someone I admire reach the limits.
This is gonna be a
of their
long
hope.
episode, sorry.
It kind of feels like a broken dream.
Nagito, what are you doing? Why are you messing with the killer like that? Hold on a sec. Don't go moving this along on your own like I really am the killer.
Huh? But it's already decided, right?
Dabu dee dabu die.
The murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet, Chef?
There's no use. I can't understand him anymore.
The murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet. How is
It
that hard?
appears he's saying the murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet.
Yeah, how is that hard to understand? How do you...
But it's such a sad defense. This is too cruel.
Oh, you calling me the killer, then where's the weapon?
Come on, Manumi. Enough with the whimpering and
He's saying if he's the killer, where's the weapon? Come on, y'all.
He said, if you're calling me the killer, then where's the weapon?
Weapon, huh? Yeah, it's not the knife, right?
Judging from Byakuya's wounds, it was a thin-edged tool that's roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
Also, if they stabbed from under the floorboards, the weapon would need to be at least 50 centimeters in length.
After all this, who cares about the weapon?
Not good enough! Not good enough at all!
Not good enough, not good enough at all.
He said, not good enough. Not good enough at all. Fine, I got it. Let's try thinking about what the weapon was.
Wanna do it?
Want to do it?
He said, try to do it.
What a confusing accent.
Okay, I got that one wrong. Fine, you can have that point. Anyway, we need to focus on and think about this. A thin edge tool with a diameter of about 50 meters and at least 50 centimeters in length. I was supposed to say 5, but I said 50. The weapon that meets those requirements might have been used at the crime scene. What's that? I think I got the hang of this, though. Just shoot everything.
I got it!
Shoot everything. Everything, just get a little shoot. A little slap. Just everything.
That's it! The weapon must be the iron skewer!
It absolutely has to be.
The iron skewer?
The one that's missing. The one that's missing.
Confiscating all the dangerous items. He spoke to Teru.
I checked the equipment list and there seems to be one iron screw missing. That's right, as far as I know, it's been missing from the... it was you that said that, like I said it was.
So that missing iron skewer is the weapon?
Yep.
Iron skewer would match up with the wounds perfectly.
Hey, Teru. Where'd you hide the iron skewer?
Avril Lavigne!
Avril Lavigne?
Avril Lavigne?
Huh? Did he really just say that?
He's just saying random shit to fuck with us. You probably dumped it somewhere on the island, didn't you?
That'd be breaking a rule of littering.
This school trip has a no littering rule. If he had violated it, the island sirens would be ringing non-stop.
Island sirens? Just for littering?
Also, I was on guard duty, and I never once saw Teru Teru leave the old building.
Which means he obviously hid it somewhere in the old place.
It's probably the kitchen again, right?
Probably.
Teru, just man up and be straight with us.
Finally, we're nearing the end. Oh, geez. The cornered opponent was surrounded by soul shields and simply will not listen to what you have to say. It will probably pain you to condemn your classmate, but this is a class trial after all. You must argue against your opponent and destroy their soul shields. A high-speed dispute battle where you beat down a panicked opponent's excuses and nonsense. That's the the panic talk action. We'll shorten to PTA. During the PTA, you must destroy all of your opponent's soul shields so that you can deliver your final strike. In order to do that, you must destroy your opponent's remarks while following a tempo of a song. Time your button press with the tempo marker as it moves across the screen. Match the tempo marker by pressing the left mouse button, and you'll be able to lock onto your opponent's remarks. Keep pressing it, you'll be able to lock onto multiple remarks at the same time. Afterwards, you release the left mouse button in time with the tempo marker. It will intercept the lockdown remark and destroy it. Did it say left for both? By destroying the remarks, you'll be able to damage the soul shield by breaking the opponent and destroy them. However, if you cannot destroy the remarks within the time limit, you'll be getting hurt. Okay, review controls. PTAs just focus on pressing the left mouse button. Wait for another. Wait, are you sure it's just? Because I gotta use different. Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, this is all the same. Tempo up, tempo down. Last but not least, you can do the final blow, the final argument, and 4 words will be displayed. Oh, 4 words will be displayed at the top or the bottom, left and right sides of the screen. Each of these 4 words corresponds to the WS. Oh, heck. You press the buttons in order. Okay. All right. Let me get to it. This episode's way too long.
What the hell you saying, you hit? He said, oh, what the hell are you even saying, you stupid country hit?
I guess we have no choice but to somehow find out for ourselves.
But Byakuya and I checked the kitchen party period 30 for the war started, which means was the weapon hidden somewhere we couldn't find it? Yes. 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 Think carefully.
I'm not hiding anything. I'm hiding anything. I'm not hiding anything.
Alright, cool. Let me fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Is it really? Do I just really press the...
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable!
Okay.
I don't know! Paris Hilton! Shut up!
Am I supposed to be doing anything about the statements, though? Or is it...
Nonsense!
I mean, it seems like I'm doing alright. I'm not dying as far as I can tell. I'm not looking at my life. I can't. I have to keep looking at this.
Paris Hilton!
Paris Hilton?
Unforgivable!
Bone on the meat. Oh, meat on the bone?
This is the end!
I almost said bone on the meat. Bone on the meat.
Skewer have been hidden inside the piece of meat on the bone.
What are you saying? There's no way I'd hide anything in a place like that.
That's clearly impossible. I mean, that's inside the food.
Impossible. That's what Byakuya and I thought. That's why we overlooked.
It seems there's no danger in the items. The skewer and the churrasco earlier inside that pile of food. That appears to be the case. I wouldn't know what to do except fish bones and meat bones were all still dangerous items.
But in fact, the only place you could hide the weapon was inside the food that couldn't be inspected.
This was premeditated as heck, wasn't it?
The only one that could hide a weapon as long as an iron skewer is the meat on the bone.
What now?
Dang.
I'm using my right to remain silent.
There's no way that exists here. We need to confirm this now. So if we eat that tasty-looking piece of meat and find the iron skewer inside, bullseye!
All right. Monokuma or Monami, one of you hurry and bring over that piece of meat.
1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I'll eat the whole thing!
Wait, now hold on a second. Time out, time out.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing? hurry up and bring it over!
About that.
Oh, okay.
Huh? Where did Monokuma go?
I'm right here.
Oh, he's just, oh.
I'm already eating it.
A bear that eats meat!
Wait, now that I think about it, that's pretty normal.
What is this? So yummy!
Damn it! That's my meat!
I've never eaten anything like it in my entire life! The taste brings me back to my days in the wild.
This is bad. Seriously, this is really bad.
My. There's something inside the meat. Look what came out.
It's like when you have those corn holders for corn on the cob, huh?
Is that an iron skewer? Check it out. The handle looks like it's made of bone. Pretty clever.
The sword of destruction, encased in bone and sheathed in meat. It brought catastrophe unto Byakuya.
As expected of Teru Teru. Such a fantastic weapon from the ultimate chef.
You're wrong. I'm not the killer. I'm not the kind of person who would kill someone. I got it. You all set me up. You guys set me up so you could blame this on me.
Jeez, what a disappointment. Such an unseemly defense for an ultimate like you. Can you really call that hope?
Hey, Nagito. I'm sorry, but can you just be quiet? Lisa, you're all nothing but a bunch of poor, loudmouth, fast food eating hicks.
You don't need to translate anymore. Somehow I can tell what he's trying to say.
Good. Should have wasted my cooking on you ingrates. Let's deal with Nagito later. More importantly, we should
I
first...
guess we need to settle this. Once and for all.
Do we get to make a comic book?
To do that, we need to go over the entire incident from beginning to end and make everything clear.
Go over the entire incident, and then I can prove Teru's crimes. That's right, if we don't do that, we can't end this... If we don't do that, we can't end this no matter how much time passes, which a lot of time has passed. Alright. What? Excuse, there's only so many pictures here. Hello? It's really the one I didn't pick. It's this. Oh, we can swap pages. Oh, we can swap pages. Okay. That makes more sense. So what we need to do is then go and look at, oh, when was step... Ah. Dang, okay. Close enough. The unlit used thing. Okay. Fine, fine. Be that way. Be that way. Isn't this when the blackout occurred? Okay. There's the okay. Okay. Really? Sure. I don't know about that one, Chief, but... that's definitely not it. At the office when the blackout occurred. Well, it wasn't any of those people. The moment it got dark, Byakuya went to his case. Who did Byakuya see? Not what did Byakuya see. The killer obtained the light. Okay. Wasn't the thing. What did the killer do after exiting into the dark hall? Close the fire door. Thank you. What was found under the table? The knife. I heard it. Wait, where was the one scene with all the... yeah. I guess not. I knew it was... okay. That was close. So they're guarding the building. It must be a fourth stock. Okay. The killer obtained the light from the... I don't think that's it. No. Who did Byakuya see? Not what did Byakuya see. Who did Byakuya see? I heard it, Ibuki. Alright. This is basically the same thing, right? Would he have seen this? I feel like that's the same as the other one. Oh, I thought that was the same as the other one. Okay. Silly me. Alright, no, that one's right. Alright, no, that one's right. Process of elimination.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Okay, that took longer than it should have.
Let's try going over the whole incident, beginning with right after.
Ooh, my neck hurts.
Byakuya had us gather in the dining hall of the old building near the hotel. He was extra cautious about a murder occurring that night because of a threatening letter he received. Therefore, he decided to throw a party so he could monitor us.
Yeah.
Though one person didn't come, the rest of us assembled at the dining hall, and the party was underway. But at that time, the trap set by a certain someone was already in motion. They plugged 3 irons into the outlets in the storage room, which nearly capped the power usage. Additionally, they prepared something else that would activate at 11:30 p.m.
Yep.
The air conditioners in the office and dining hall. They had already set the timers for this. Thanks to the irons maxing out the power usage, the breaker was tripped when the air conditioners kicked on.
Uh-oh.
Since the windows in the old building were covered, the blackout plunged the dining hall into total darkness. But when that happened, Byakuya took out a specific item that he brought in his case. That item was the night vision goggles. Byakuya was so concerned about a murder occurring that he brought a variety of security equipment with him. When he put on his night vision goggles, Byakuya witnessed a certain someone making a suspicious move.
Yep.
He saw Nagito guiding himself with the desk lamp's power cord so he could get under the table. That's right. Everything up to that point was all part of Nagito's plan. The murder warning to Byakuya, the source of the blackout, it was all Nagito.
All of it. All
While
Nagito.
the blackout was happening, someone else, the real killer, began making their move in the kitchen. The killer probably already knew about Nagito's plan, so they knew a blackout was coming. That's why the killer prepared all the items they would need to commit their crime in the dark beforehand. They needed a light source, which was provided by the portable stove in the kitchen. They needed a weapon, too. This had also been hidden in the kitchen beforehand. The long iron skewer used in the churrasco dish. The killer hid that inside that meat with the bone in it. With the weapon and portable stove in hand, the killer stepped out into the hallway. First, they closed the fire door in the hallway so their light source wouldn't peek toward the dining hall. Then, guided by the light, the killer headed toward the storage room and grabbed a specific item. That's right, a tablecloth to block the blood splatter.
I just can't believe the gray man keeps getting away with everything.
With this, the killer finished their preparations and snuck under the floorboards through the secret passage. They probably turned off the portable cooking stove at that point, or left it near the entrance of the door. The floor in the dining hall is full of gaps, so there's no way they could have safely held a light source.
Wait, that blue glow is the light source,
But
so they
thanks
took
to
it with
the
them anyways?
glowing mark they painted earlier, the killer was able to get beneath the table. Under the table, Byakuya found the knife that had been hidden there. If only he had retreated, he probably wouldn't have gotten killed. He had to retrieve that knife, and at that moment, the killer lurking beneath the floorboard stabbed straight up with the iron skewer. The killer had been waiting in the dark for the moment when the glowing paint began to move. After they murdered Byakuya, the killer purposefully shouted from beneath the floorboards to make it seem like they were still in the dining hall. Afterward, they came out from underneath the floorboards and rushed back to the kitchen. And then, after hiding the murder weapon in the kitchen, they rejoined the group as if nothing had happened. There's only one person who would have been able to commit this crime, especially if that person is someone who'd think of an unexpected way to hide a weapon inside food.
The gray man.
Isn't that right, Teru Hanamura? That's what happened. How about it? Did I get anything wrong? This is a mistake. A mistake, I tell you. I would never kill anyone.
Then why did you?
Never.
It seems this is the end.
Yeah, long last.
It looks like your argument has come to a close. Oops! I lost control of my wild side for a second.
Your whole side is wild side.
Of the meat I just ate? Well, putting that aside, let's move along to the nerve-wracking voting time! Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Oh, just a reminder, make triple sure you vote for someone. If you don't vote, I'm gonna eat you up just like that meat from earlier.
Why did this happen?
Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Vote away. Dang, feels good to be gangsta sometimes. I called that. All rise. It's now over.
Correct!
That's right, this time the Blackened responsible for killing Byakuya Togami is Teru Hanamura.
No.
Are you serious? Out of all these people, are you saying a pounce like him is the one who killed Byakuya? But why? Why did you kill him? It was a mistake. I'm telling you, it was just a mistake. I was only trying to save you guys. I was only trying to stop Nagito from murdering one of you. Huh? Trying to stop? What do you mean? I spent all morning in the old building preparing the dishes for the party, and then I heard a weird laughter in the dining hall, and when I peeked over there, I saw him. I saw Nagito in the middle of the cleaning duty putting the knife under the table. I had a bad feeling about it, so I continued to watch what he was doing, and then I saw him place the irons he brought in the storage room and mess with the air conditioning timers. Plus, he was grinning, just grinning by himself the whole time. So I questioned him.
When that happened, he... You caught me?
Oh, I've been caught?
What?
Been caught? What are you doing? What are you scheming? I'm planning to kill someone, of course. Huh? Teru, just to let you know, it's pointless of you to stop me. If you stop me now, it doesn't matter. I will never give up. Whether it's tomorrow, the day after, or the day beyond that, I will definitely start the killing.
Impossible!
No matter how much you want to leave this island, that's just... I see, so that's what you think.
Well,
that's not it at all. It isn't about my survival. I just want the killing to start.
What?
What are you saying? I love everyone here. That's why I want to be of good use to them. I love all of the ultimates, and I admire them for them being symbols of hope.
Amazing!
That's right. In the name of hope, I love everyone's talents from the bottom of my heart. That's why. I don't want them to lose against something like killing. I want them to prove to me that hope will never lose, no matter how daunting the despair they may face seem. I want everyone to prove to me that hope will never lose to despair.
No.
What are you saying? I don't understand at all.
See?
See? Isn't it typical of you to face a strong enemy? Isn't it typical that if you face a strong enemy, you'll become even more stronger yourself? Which means the stronger the despair you face, the stronger everyone's hope will become, right? I want to see that brightness. In order to see it, I'm going to become everybody's stepping stone. I want to make your hopes shine. It's as simple as that. That's right. I yearn for a powerful hope that can overcome any kind of despair.
You're kidding, right?
Kidding. Don't tell me you're actually serious. So you don't understand? That's fine. I don't really mind. I'm just an obsessed fanboy, so it's alright that this love of mine is unrequited. I suppose I can be called the ultimate fanatic.
No way!
There's something wrong with you. Really? Do you think so? Do you really think there's something wrong with me? But isn't that what love is? Nagito, what is the meaning of this? Explain it to me. I don't understand anything about this story at all.
See?
You see, if you have a favorite boxer, don't you want him to fight against a strong opponent and win?
Don't fuck with me!
We're not compares to that.
What?
Am I wrong? It's a given that the trials are necessary to become stronger, and the harsher the trial, the stronger you become, no? For me, for mere humans, killing are simply a tragedy, but for worthy humans, a trial such as this can elevate their situation to an even higher level.
Amazing!
It's amazing to me that someone as untalented as myself can become that trial. There's no point in someone like me surviving. It's far more significant for me to die as everyone's trial.
Great!
There's no greater honor than becoming the foundation for that your value may ascend to brave new heights.
What's going on?
Stop it, you're seriously trying to piss me off.
What's going on?
I don't understand at all. Are you saying you basically wanted to commit a murder for fun? Not the same as killing someone for fun, but I guess you look at the same in your eyes. I have no intention of surviving and leaving you all to die. That's why you didn't mind when Teru discovered your plan.
What's wrong?
Or perhaps that was intentional too. Nagito wanted to involve us in the killing, plus it'd been better for him if the mystery was more complex. That is why you blatantly revealed your plan to Teru. You expected to pique Teru's curiosity, and you look forward to the mystery becoming more complex.
Well,
you're basically right. It's true, I was looking forward to that one. That's why I took the time to tell him about the secret passage I found when I was cleaning.
what?
That was your doing as well?
You're right.
I just casually mentioned it. Oh, it's dangerous if you fall, so don't get too close to it. This dude, he's seriously crazy. He's insane. That's right. That's why I tried to stop him, you know?
However...
But why did you kill Byakuya instead? I didn't know, because Nagito was the one who was supposed to take that knife. That's why I aimed and thrusted the iron skewer there. But why is Byakuya the one who died? It was supposed to be Nagito, not him. Byakuya probably tried to stop Nagito from grabbing the knife, and then in place of Nagito.
Nope.
I don't think that's it. Huh?
Perhaps...
Byakuya was probably trying to protect Nagito. What did you say?
See?
Because Byakuya said so, didn't he? Don't worry, as long as I'm the leader, I won't let anyone become a victim.
I will guide you all.
That much I promise. Could it be in order to keep that promise? As long as he was wearing that night vision goggles, I'm sure he saw someone moving under the floorboards. And that someone was aiming for Nagito.
Why?
So Byakuya gave his life to protect Nagito. Man, Brogami. Even though he was trying to take the knife. I see. Byakuya is amazing. Oh, he was. To keep his promise to protect everyone, he actually threw his own life away. And yet, I never expected anything like this. Such despair. What? But we shouldn't let him die in vain. I'm sure everyone will become even stronger by overcoming this despair. Could it be you knew Byakuya was trying to protect you, so you set him up to fail?
Someone like...
Of course not. I'm not that good at calculating. I just took some precautionary measures. The result that were going to be my fun for later. Just kidding.
How unexpected.
But I never expected it would turn out like this. I never thought I'd be the one to survive. But since it was my life that had been saved, I didn't want to just waste it. So that's why I decided to help Teru. Why? Why? Well, because Teruteru decided to commit his crime because he also had a strong hope, right? Which means his actions were motivated by hope. If he was willing to go that far, I thought he might truly be the person whose existence I was waiting for. I thought he might be the hope that could defeat any type of despair. In order for me to confirm it, I decided to help Teruteru. What do you mean confirm? Just stop it already. Plus, I couldn't really help myself when I also sympathized with Teruteru. After all, he wanted to kill me, but in the end, he killed Byakuya instead, you know? If I left him in that confused state, this trial might have been ruined, right?
Isn't that right?
But in order for our hope to grow, this trial was absolutely necessary. That's why I decided to help him. I told him, I don't care if you die, so you should just focus on escaping this island.
Right?
Those were my exact words to him before the investigation. Is that right, Teruteru?
Man.
In the end, my help wasn't enough, and this turned out to be a bad ending for Teruteru. But you should be proud of yourself. You will not die in vain.
Great.
You will become a splendid sacrifice for everyone else's hopes can grow even more powerful.
Impossible!
Sacrifice?
Shut up!
Seriously, stop it already. I'm going to go crazy just listening to you.
Hey.
Is it really okay for us to just leave this crazy alone like this?
Huh?
Isn't it better if we just kill him off? Kill, he said. High school students are so violent these days. But the person who's going to get killed isn't Nagito, it's Teruteru. Heck.
What's the matter?
You didn't forget, right? Because I told you already at the beginning, right? If the Blackened killer loses, a fun punishment awaits them.
Wait.
Hold on.
No.
That was how should I put it? An accident. An act of self-defense. It was not intentional. Okay, Leon. Anyway, I feel it's possible. It's not my fault. It doesn't matter if it's an accident, self-defense, or intentional. A murder is still a murder. If you kill someone, that's murder.
Hey.
Isn't there anything like sympathy judgments, exonerating circumstances, or maybe even prohibition or probation?
Impossible!
I don't accept any of those plans. That's not. Hey, save me, guys. I wasn't the only one trying to stop Nagito, so. I was only trying to stop Nagito, so. Be honest, after learning about Nagito's plan, you saw an opportunity, right? You probably thought nobody would find out if you killed him after messing up his plan, right? That's why you thought, right? Or that's what you thought, right? You're wrong. There's no way a person who has no malice would kill someone like that. In truth, you were just desperate to kill Nagito and willing to sacrifice everyone else to survive, right? Just be honest already, at least in the end.
That is...
Teruteru.
Why?
If only you didn't try to kill Nagito, Byakuya would still be alive. Why did you try to commit murder? Answer me, Teruteru. I just wanted to go home.
I needed to go back home no matter what!
Because she's waiting for me. Mama is waiting for me at home. She's waiting all by herself for the day I graduate Hope Seek Academy and come home.
Okay, I'm going now. When I come back, I think we should talk again about opening an Aoyama and Azabu location.
Oh my, you're still talking about that?
Oh, I'm serious. The Academy guarantees success for its graduates, right? So, I know it's gonna be difficult by yourself, but wait for me until then, okay?
Yes, you're right. Then I'll just have to do my best to keep the Hanamura Diner from going out of business until then.
Mom, you don't have to work so hard. What if you collapse again while I'm gone?
Dang. Oh, a backstory that's actually something you can sympathize with.
I'll be fine. Moms are strong.
You're dang right.
I won't lose to some illness.
I know that already. I know that already.
Come on, man. I promised her I'd become a full-fledged cook and save the Hanamura Diner. Mama's waiting for me to keep that promise. Even though she's sick and alone, she's still waiting for me.
That's why I need to go home!
Teruteru. But if we were told our memories were stolen and that several years have passed since our first day, then what happened to the Hanamura Diner? What happened to my mom who's still waiting for me? So you did believe what Monokuma said.
Damn it!
You were saying all along, it's okay, I'll never believe something like this. So why? I still don't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. It has to be a lie. That's why I wanted to go
home!
I wanted to go home and confirm it. I wanted to make sure it was all just a lie. I wanted to make sure that I still have a place to call home. Teruteru, you. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Naruto wants to know your location. He just wants to talk. It's not that Teruteru didn't believe it. He believed it more than anybody else here. That's why he kept denying it, because he believed it and he needed to deny it. Dang it, if only I knew how I felt, something like this would have never happened. I wanted to confirm by any means necessary. I had to do something. That's when I heard Nagito's plan. I found out he was going to kill someone, and if I left him alone, that's why.
Fine.
So, you wanted the first kill.
I'm sorry.
You guys. It doesn't mean I wanted to sacrifice any of you, but it was the only thing I could do. And I ended up killing Byakuya instead of Nagito. Ah, I see.
I think I'm the one who went crazy.
Teru. I see. Interesting, but as far as motives to kill are concerned, wanting to see your mom is so boring. What?
So...
It seems there's no point in basking in the afterglow. Let's hurry up and begin the punishment.
You can't.
You can't?
Jeez, get out of my way! Well now.
There. Now that the annoying little sister has been dealt with, let's get back to business.
Wait.
Hold on a second. I'm not asking for forgiveness anymore, but at least
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
for Teru Hanamura, the ultimate chef.
Hey!
No, wait, that's not what I... Please tell me at least what happened to the Hanamura diner, to Mama.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Lies! I won't believe this!
I won't believe it. Datsubayo. I wonder if this music will get copyrighted. Because that's one of the things about the first game, is that, A, I didn't talk through the execution, so you could just hear the music clearly, but also, all of the execution music got copyright claimed by the anime. Deep fried. Oh, no, that's not good. But I bring that up because, like, okay, so the first game came out in 2010, the anime came out later, but still, the execution music from the game would get hit. So I wonder if, because there's not an animation or an anime for the second game, as far as I know, this would be copyrighted, or oh, he's not dead? Oh, he's dead now then, right? That's death. That's a big explosion. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that as long as I talk through this, would it actually help? Oh no, all you did was just put him in eggs and you feathered him. Oh no. Is like the water actually boiling hot? Is that, or a volcano? I guess that would work too, huh? If you're gonna go back that route. You're gonna deep fry him, like literally deep fry him alive. Oh no, that's horrible. Just get a little bit of Mondo and slather that on there and call it a meal. Holy crap. It's like the first game, except in a little bit of a different way. Hot dang.
Extreme!
You like grilled better? You like grilled or fried better? The adrenaline is rushing through me. Teru.
Damn it!
Are you serious?
How cruel.
Why did you do something so cruel? Huh? Didn't you learn when you were in elementary school? If you badmouth somebody, the teacher writes it as a note and makes whoever you badmouth read it in front of the class.
No.
When that happens, only then do you think about how it feels to be badmouthed. The same applies to murder.
What are you saying?
You're the one that drove him to do it. So cruel, this is just too cruel.
Nice!
Well, it can't be helped. Rules are rules, and this is the killing rule after all. What rule? You're the one who's breaking the rules. I can't just let that slide. What do you mean? When you mentioned the motive, didn't you also promise something? However, there's a catch. You tell me the catch is. Figured it out yet? That's right, you guys have to kill each other. That's my bargaining point. You guys want to know, right? You want your school memories returned to you, right? Then you better start killing. A penny for your thoughts and a murder for your memories. Well, why didn't you tell Teru about his mom or his diner? He had the right to know. Yeah, us too. We all have the right to know. Hurry and tell us. What did you mean earlier when you mentioned our school memories? I did promise to return your memories after the killing began. You're gonna do it? But telling him is kind of... But I never told you guys that I'd tell you right away. What?
Not fair.
That's not fair.
Of course.
Of course. I'll keep my promise to return your memories someday, but it's still not clear when that someday will be. Actually be. I must excuse myself as well. There's something that I need to do.
Huh?
The heck? It's not fair. They both ran away. Monokuma had us wrapped around his little finger after all.
Stupid.
Terror, you stupid.
Such despair.
Anything like this is just full of despair. Seriously, tragic despair. But still, at times like this, as the symbols of hope, you guys need to keep doing your best. Why? You're smiling? How do you smile in a situation like this, you creep?
Nope.
Hold on, I'm sad too, you know. Didn't I tell you? From the bottom of my heart, I truly love you all. You ultimate to inspire hope and your splendid talents. We heard someone else that said they loved all of us before, and they kind of died the last game, climax. And they're also, like, really bad because they were the main antagonist. There's no way I can be happy when... So are you like the opposite? Did Makoto go and become like the opposite? That's interesting.
Don't fuck with me!
Don't say creepy. I'll kill you. Please, kill me anytime.
What?
Huh? If you hate me, I don't mind you killing me. I've already prepared myself to become your stepping stone. If absolute hope can be born from that, then my life is nothing special. How messed up are you? However, if you're gonna kill me, make sure to discuss it with me beforehand, okay? You see, if you do that, then I can cooperate with the killer. Are you seriously intending to help the killer? It's really not that big of a deal. If your students of Hope's Academy, if your Symbols of Hope represents the chosen talents, possesses the chosen talents, then it shouldn't matter to you guys at all if you cooperate with the killer, right? Or if I count so confidently that you'll side with the killer. This was his plan all along. Since he's willing to work with the killer, he wants us to think it's better for us not to kill him. Well, I don't mind what you think of me. In actuality, thanks to Byakuya, I'm starting to feel a small desire to live.
This is exciting!
Mostly, I just want to watch everyone destroy all the despair that comes for you, one after the other. Just kidding.
Piss me off.
Hey, can I punch you? Just won't be satisfied until I punch you. Fine. Let's stop this already. Let's just go, or it's just going to be a waste of time if we keep dealing with him.
What?
Even Hajime hates me now?
How unfortunate.
That stings. I felt you and I were quite similar. What is that?
Isn't that right?
You hold a special feeling toward for Hope's Academy just like me. Don't put me in the same category as you.
Hey.
But how can you say you're not? Monokuma said himself, we don't know anything about each other's true natures. No, if it's true that a school memories were stolen, it's the same as that knowing our true selves, too. Specifically, especially for you, right? Someone who doesn't even remember what his talent is. Kame, please feel free to punch him. Will do.
Wait!
Hold on. Akane... It's actually Aoi. We got Aoi, Makoto, Byakuya no more. Nothing will come from fighting like this. There's something else we must do. Something else?
Please listen.
We must not argue with each other in a place like this. There is something more important we must do.
Let me
Which
ask.
is... do our best.
You fiend.
Well,
We must first leave here and get some rest, and then we shall work together to do our best. Do our best so we never have to come back here again.
Perhaps.
She's right. That is, I believe we must... That is what I believe we must do right now.
I am sorry.
I'm sorry, if only I was better motivational speaker. No, that really touched my heart. You're totally right. What we need to do right now is to do our best. If we do our best, it's definitely going to pay off, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Like...
But what do we have to work hard at? I do not know, but we must do our best. Jeez, I don't get you at all. You're some kind of moron?
Well,
It's fine if you don't know. What matters is that you hold on to that feeling that you have to do your best.
right?
So let's do our best. Let's make sure a killing like this never happens again.
But
It's scary, but doing our best is the only option. There's no way I'm doing what Nagito says.
I'm gonna do it.
Alright, I don't know what you're all talking about, but let's do our best for now.
Fine.
Very well, even if we're not able to change for the future, I guess we should all... I guess I should at least change my tomorrow. Fiend, I won't give up until the very end. I won't die in vain. I'll give my entire existence, my entire power, my entire body and soul to fight to the very end. Yeah, you're right. Let's definitely work together and leave this island. Do our best. We kept using that phrase over and over again, even though we knew they were just cheap, meaningless, empty words. Regardless, we still said it. And we continued to say it over and over again without stopping. Thus, the curtain had fallen upon the class trial where Byakuya and Teru were sacrificed. Afterwards, we left the trial grounds and returned to the mainland of Jabberwock Island. For the time being, we decided to go back to our cottages. After experiencing something like that, there's no way I could fall asleep. I gave up and got out of bed and began walking around the hotel grounds for no reason. After not doing much of anything, I dully looked up at the sky. And there, just like before, there it was, the night sky brimming with stars. The stars that looked like they were about to fall into my hands like fluttering snow. I looked up at such a beautiful sky. I can go anywhere. The thought crossed my mind for some reason. The sky is connected to anywhere, even to my daily life. That's why I might be able to go home. That's right, I'm definitely going to go home. That's what happened. As I stared up at the night sky, I felt a strange convergence of sensation. And then, while I continued to stare at the night sky, I felt my entire body stiffen with that sensation. Isn't this...
Is someone watching me?
Yeah, there's the cameras. Ah, the bomb. Ah, that's not good. The bomb's really going now. That's definitely a bomb. I'm 100% saying that's a bomb. Chapter 1, Destination Despair. End. And so it's begun again. Yep. Well, that's not good. We even had an extra student going into this one, and we still went down. Might be true, we're getting out of here. That's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure to like that smash button. Also comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification because it's the actual subscribe button. But I don't know which video will be next. We're just going to have to wait and see. So until next time, take care and enjoy pizza responsibly. Thank you for watching.